Is tonight's in-studio producer, and this is the Don Franklin Glasgow countdown to tip-off. It is .32. Barren County has won 7 of its last 8 games. Glasgow is 11-9 overall and 2-1 in the district. They have lost 6 of their last 8. The Lady Scotties lost at Greene County on Tuesday night by a score of 58-48. Mia Cassidy scored 15 points and Chloe Hale added 10. The Trojanettes have won 12 in a row and 15 of the last 17 meetings against the Lady Scotties. The current district standings have Barren County at 5-0. Glasgow at 2-1, Allen County Scottsville at 1-3, and Warren East at 0-4. Trojanet wins are over Warren East twice, 35-29 and 49-24. Allen County Scottsville twice, 66-54 and 60-49, and of course Glasgow 58-32. Glasgow has wins over Warren East 43-30, and Allen County Scottsville 35-33. In the earlier matchup with Glasgow, Barren County shot 59.5% on 22 of 37, hit only 1 of 6 from three-point land, but hit 13 of 15 free throws, had 23 rebounds. Abby Varney scored 18 points, while Katie Elmore added 14 in that game. Glasgow shot just 27.9% on 12 of 43, 7 of 24 from behind the arc, so 7 of their 12 field goals came from three-point land. They were 1 of 2 from the foul line, and they had 12 rebounds. Kayla Kirkpatrick and Mia Cassidy each had 11 points in that game. Chloe Hale did not play that night for the Lady Scotties. Well, it was an ugly win in Russellville Tuesday night for the Trojanettes in that 42-37 win. Barren County, as I mentioned, scored the last 10 points to win that one, shooting just 29% on 14 of 48 shots, 4 of 17 on three-pointers, 10 of 15 from the foul line. Trojanettes also had 22 turnovers in that game. And Robert, they absolutely have to play better tonight if they want to have that perfect 6-0 district record and the #1 seed going into the district tournament in about 3.5 weeks.
Well, you look over our history, about this time of the year, we kind of throw a clunker in there, and hopefully we got away with doing that and get a win at the same time. We obviously didn't play good. We, 20-plus turnovers, and we just didn't look like we were into it, and we didn't come to play, to be honest with you. And I've said this a few times over the year, and even in a Warren East District game in the beginning when we didn't play very well. But it's awful hard to get up sometimes for those games. You're like, it's Tuesday night, it's a long drive, cold, all those things. But it's a lot easier to get up tonight when you have a lot on the line. You have a lot on your line for bragging rights, 6-0 in the district, #1 seed. Your road, foreseeably, even though Warren East played us tough, your road is a little bit easier with that draw than it is maybe some others. So you highlighted some things, but that first game that we played, if you had a script and you could just go to the copy machine and copy off another version and make that tonight, you'd be perfectly happy with it. Glasgow, you mentioned, fired up a ton of threes. Over half their shots, you said, were threes. They just got frustrated with our defense. We packed it in, made their shooters give the ball up, and we made other people take their shots, and when they weren't going in and didn't have any driving lanes, couldn't find layups, they just continued to shoot threes, some of them 3 or 4 or 5 feet behind the line, and they frankly weren't good shots, and our defense shined that night. If you're able to do that again, I really like your chances. The other thing you highlighted, and I think is a huge thing, we were plus 12 at the free throw line. We had 13 points. They only had a single point at the free throw line, and I've seen that in our stats the last few games, and in games where we really played well, we are able to get to that free throw line. We're able to take advantage of some lanes driving down, and frankly, we were the aggressor that night. We were much stronger than they were that night, and everything that you wanted to see from our ball team really stood out against Glasgow the first game. With that being said, we could completely have an opposite performance tonight. They could come out and hit their first 5 threes and be on fire. We saw that at Franklin Simpson last night. So we've seen, that recipe where we can get behind early and we have to play catch up just because a team gets hot and we come out not focused. That's very easy to happen, like in Russell the other night. Yeah. So see what happens, but hopefully we're focused. Hopefully we're ready to play. It's been a week at school where we've had a lot of good things going on, so we can build off some momentum in school to carry over to this, and already got a good student section. So hopefully they have a good evening, and we have a big crowd here tonight, and they get to come over here and watch 2 Barren County wins.
Right. Well, we're only about 15 and a half minutes away. The Trojanettes and the Lady Scotties in game 1 of our doubleheader here on senior night. Trojanettes are ranked number 2 in the region again this week. They have been all season long behind number 1 Bowling Green. The Lady Scotties came in at number 9 this week in the Bowling Green Daily News Top 10 Prep Poll. We got more to come with the Don Franklin Glasgow Countdown to Tip-Off. Always remember, you can find your vehicle at donfranklinauto.com. This is Trojanette Basketball on Nash 103.7. The Glasgow Lady Scotties average 45.4 points a game. They give up 44.1. They shoot 31.4% from the field. They've made 120 three-point shots this year, shooting at 28.1%. From the foul line, they shoot 55.8% as a team. And on the rebound side, 28.7. The Trojanettes are averaging just under 50 points a game at 49.9, but they give up only 37.6 points a game to their opponents. 40.4% from the field as a team. They've made 70 three-point shots on the season, shooting at 28%. They shoot 69.1% from the free throw line, and they average 24.6 rebounds a game. In Glasgow's 58-48 loss at Greene County on Tuesday night, the Lady Scotties, they were 19 of 57 from the field for 33.3%. They made 7 of 25 three-point shots, 3 of 9 from the foul line, but they had 32 rebounds in that game. Mia Cassidy scored 15 points. Chloe Hale had a double-double with 10 points and 14 rebounds. Barren County Trojanettes have played 4 games since the earlier matchup with Glasgow, going 3-1 during that span. Wins over Russell County, 63-31. Allen County Scottsville 60-49, and Russellville 42-37. The one loss was to Pulaski County on the road, 53-50. Glasgow has played just 3 games, losing 2 of those 3 to Monroe County, 42-37 in the All-A 4th Region Tournament, and then the 10-point loss to Greene County, 58-48. They had a win over Cumberland County by 1 point in the All-A 4th Region Tournament, 43-42. Several games on the schedule for tonight as we take a look at the game schedule brought to you by CRS Construction, providing exceptional construction service with the highest attention to detail. And on the schedule tonight, several district doubleheaders going on. And down in the 14th at South Warren at Bowling Green. Down in the 13th, it's Russellville at Logan County and Franklin Simpson at Todd Central. Also in the 14th tonight, Greenwoods at Warren Central. Some single games tonight. Caverna boys are at Bardstown Bethlehem, while the Caverna girls are at Thomas Nelson. Warren East boys hosting Central Hardin tonight. Metcalfe County boys hosting John Hardin. And Monroe County boys are hosting Bluegrass Blazers home school of Oakland, Kentucky. I've been trying to find some information on that, and I can't find anything online. Well, you know anything about them?
I don't. HSA does a good job stat-wise, but sometimes individual institutions have better websites than others.
Yep. So that's the schedule for tonight. We'll try to keep you updated on the Coca-Cola scoreboard of some of those games going on. On the scoreboard from last night, on the Coca-Cola scoreboard, only a couple of area teams played. Warren East girls lost to Butler County last night, 43-29. And in the All-A State Tournament up in Richmond, it was Cumberland County boys losing to Owensboro Catholic, who is coached by Tim Riley, 72-35. They played the late-night game in that first round of the All-A State up in Richmond last night. The only area teams that participated in any action on the schedule. Well, we got more to come with the Don Franklin Glasgow countdown to tip-off. We're going to take a look at tonight's starting lineups when we return after this break. This is Trojanette basketball. They're playing the Lady Scotties tonight. It's Trojans and the Scotties in Game 2. It's brought to you by Don Franklin Glasgow on Nash 103.7.
CRS Construction in Glasgow. Call them at 270-678-2876.
In our neck of the woods, propane is a big source for heating our homes. And your local Southern States in Glasgow is the place to get your propane tanks filled for your home. And propane-powered heating is used on farms, too. It's a great fuel source for heating livestock, such as swine and poultry, like chicken barns. Propane heat can transform the way you operate a farm and its various buildings. With propane, heating becomes more efficient in barns and even greenhouses. Call Southern States in Glasgow to find out more. 651-6167.
There's nothing like basketball in the Bluegrass. It's part of a tradition in this area. Just like SCRTC, who's been proving reliable service for over 70 years. SCRTC's talented employees and customers that they love are what keeps them going. Great basketball teams are reliable and fast, just like SCRTC. They know how dedicated you are to your team, so they want to remind you that SCRTC's internet is dedicated as well. It's never shared, so your speed is all yours. Now go cheer for your team this year, and SCRTC will make sure you're covered with fast, reliable service.
The caring and compassionate staff at Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home knows this community. Hatcher and Sadler assists families with pre-arrangements and moving pre-arrangements. Planning ahead provides peace of mind to you and your family. It also gives you time to think about your preferences and how you want others to remember you. 100% 120 years of trust. Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home, corner of North Race and Happy Valley Road in Glasgow. Call anytime, 270-651-8821.
Sure Smile with Riley Dental Group has not only changed my smile, but given me more confidence. I'm Kelly McKay. You may have heard me talk about how much I love Sure Smile. These aligners work every second of the day to create a bigger, happier smile. I've always wanted straight teeth and didn't think at my age it would ever happen. Well, thanks to Dr. Riley and his team at Riley Dental Group, it's happening as we speak. I hope you can hear my smile coming through your radio right now. The process is simple. Call Riley Dental Group for a Sure Smile consultation. 270-651-5939. Once you're there, the team will take digital images of your mouth. Those are sent to Sure Smile. Then you return to talk with Dr. Riley and see your 3D scans. You'll be able to actually see your end result. It's amazing. Now it's time for you to make that call. Riley Dental Group can help you smile with confidence. I know I'm smiling bigger these days. Riley Dental Group, 270-651-5939.
This hoop season, the Glasgow EPB has you covered. Catch every cross-up, go-ahead basket, and big-time block all winter long with Glasgow EPB cable on some of your favorites like ESPN, SEC Network, Big Ten Network, and CBS Sports Network. Away from your TV? No problem. Catch all the action online at WatchTVEverywhere.com with your cable subscription. Glasgow EPB Cable and College Basketball. True dream team. Learn more at GlasgowEPB.com.
You're listening to Barren County Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow. Now, back to courtside with Jay.
Time for tonight's starting lineups, brought to you by SCRTC Total Communications. For the Glasgow Lady Scotties, coming in with a record of 11-9, 2-1 in district play. Head coach Kelsey Kirkpatrick in her first season at Glasgow. Her assistant coaches are Octavius Barber, Nathaniel Goodman, Fred Stockton, Steve Kirkpatrick, and Kaylin Hale. They'll start Mia Cassidy, number 25, a 5'5 senior, averaging 13 points a game. Chloe Hale, number 22, a 5'8 junior, 7.6 points, 9.4 rebounds. Cadence Bird, number 5, a 5'4 senior, averages 6.2 points a game. Cynthia Austin, a 5'2 sophomore, wears number 12, averages 6.1 points and 5.7 rebounds. And the other starter is Ashton Botts, number 21, a 5'5 senior, averaging 4.8 points and 4.6 rebounds for the Lady Scotties. The Barren County Trojanettes under 8th-year head coach Piper Lindsay. Her assistant coaching staff, Scott Chapman, Brent Spillman, Michael Toms, and Mackenzie England. Starting tonight, Katie Murphy, number 3, a 5'6 junior, averaging 6.4 points, 4.7 rebounds. Addison Smith, number 5, a 5'3 senior, averaging 2.1. Abby Varney, number 11, a 5'6 junior, averaging 16.3 points and 5.5 rebounds a game. Katie Elmore, number 10, a 5'6 sophomore, averaging 5.7. And Katie Gerald's, number 30, a 5'7 sophomore, averaging 5.6 points and 4 rebounds a game for the Trojanettes. Of course, after tonight, the Trojans and Trojanettes will be on the road at Greenwood on Tuesday night. And then next Friday night, Trojans will be at Cumberland County. Now, there was a game scheduled on the original schedule. Trojanettes were supposed to play Casey County tomorrow, but due to the fact that Casey County had 34 games scheduled, and Barren County would have been 31, they had to drop a game, so that was the game they dropped. So Casey County still has to drop 3 more games.
Right, after tonight, we only have 6 more games on the schedule. Weather looks pretty favorable. I mean, we could always throw something in there to keep us from playing for one of those, but 6 games left after tonight, and you're on the downhill slide of it for certain, but the most important one of those 7 left, count tonight, is tonight, because it's A, district game, and B, it's the next one on the schedule. So already a big crowd filing in here. Both student sections have a good quantity in them, and hopefully our girls are ready to play. There's nothing necessarily to be nervous about. More than likely, even with the loss, you're still the 1 seed, but you like to keep a perfect slate and leave no doubt when you can control things like the boys and girls both can tonight. You don't want to have to rely on anybody else when you can take care of business yourself.
Right. Just got a text from assistant boys basketball coach John Stevens about the Bluegrass Blazers. He was pretty sure that the Bluegrass Blazers has a 16 and 18 under team, and the Trojan freshmen actually played their 16 team, and JV played the 18 and under team last week. So, but not a whole lot of information on that team, being a home school and being down in Oakland, the Bluegrass Blazers. I'll remind you, you're listening to a broadcast on Nash 103.7, WHHT-FM, Cave City, Glasgow, online at 104thescore.com and on BCHS Live tonight. Jay Turner with Robert Bauer, Chris Bratcher, our studio producer. We're going to get set for the Farmers RACC Jackie Browning Memorial Opening tip-off in our first quarter of action tonight, brought to you by German American Bank, supporting the communities we serve and believe that when a community thrives, its people prosper. I know you had your headsets off there just for a second, Robert, but let's talk about John Stevens sent a text. He said the Bluegrass Blazers has a 16 and 18 under team, and the Trojan freshmen actually played their 16 team, and JV played their 18 and under team last week.
Well, nice.
So, but not a whole lot of information about it. Right. We'll be back with the tip-off of tonight's first game as the Trojans and Trojanettes take on Glasgow tonight in the 15th District doubleheader. We'll return after this. This is Trojan and Trojanette basketball, brought to you by Don Franklin Glasgow on Nash 103.7.
And bam, they already know who it is because they recognize my license plate. They know who it is and what I usually get.
So is that why they're already treating the front end of the truck?
Yep, to get the bugs and dirt off. Now I let go of the wheel and the soft touch tunnel does all the work.
It looks like a rainbow. And do you smell that? It smells so clean.
It sure does. Plus, they have free vacs, air fresheners, floor mat washer, and dryer, air gun sprayers, microfiber towels, and interior spray bottles.
That's why you love it at the car wash.
Thoroughbred Express, your new hometown wash, invites you to become an unlimited member today. Text WOW to 30400 to get a free $20 value Triple Crown car wash. Thoroughbred Express, West Main in Glasgow and Sam Walton Drive in Russellville.
Growing up, my parents always encouraged me to do what's right, even if it wasn't easy. I'd always hear my mother's voice say, do the right thing. That stuck with me. Every day, just do the right thing. That's it. The rest takes care of itself.
At Shelter Insurance, we believe in doing the right thing for our customers and our communities.
Ask me, Brad Gross, about Shelter's auto, home, and life options.
For almost 20 years, the Wells family and Lakeside Recycling have been making our community a cleaner environment.
As a company, we focus on the needs of our customers, offering personal service for residential commercial waste removal and recycling. A lot of people don't know, several years ago, we also started offering dead livestock removal.
A small family-owned business that can take care of big needs.
When you call Lakeside Recycling, you're not just calling a business, but you're calling into our family.
Lakeside Recycling, Industrial Drive, Glasgow, 678-5202.
You deserve an awesome gym.
Yes, you do.
Even if you can't deadlift a Dodge. Even if you're not training for an iron anything.
You deserve a gym that's friendly, local, beyond spotless, beyond well-equipped. A gym with every fun class you want in one place. Extreme Health Club set out to reinvent their fitness facility with all the extremes. More space, more equipment, more classes, more new. Stop by and see for yourself. Better yet, join an awesome new gym. Extreme Health Club on Moran Street in Glasgow. You've invested a lot of time and energy working for your money. Now it's time for your money to work for you. South Central Bank is announcing a 21-month and 9-month CD special with an annual percentage yield of 4.25%. That's right, a 21 and 9-month CD special is paying 4.25% APY at South Central Bank. You choose the term that works best for you. $500 minimum balance to obtain the APY. Come into any South Central Bank office today and put your money to work. You rate better at South Central Bank. Member FDIC.
You're listening to Barren County Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow. Now, back to courtside with Jay Turner.
As we get set for the Trojanettes and the Lady Scotties in game one of her doubleheader tonight, Barren County comes in 18-5, 5-0 in district play. Glasgow 11-9, 2-1 in district play. The Lady Scotties down to our right with blue uniforms tonight, white numbers and letters, and the Trojans of Barren County to our left with their home white burgundy numbers and letters outlined in gold. Nice crowd here tonight for this district doubleheader. Going down the starting lineup again for the Lady Scotties: Mia Cassidy, Chloe Hale, Cadence Bird, Cynthia Austin, and Kayla Kirkpatrick. And for the Trojanettes, Katie Murphy, Addison Smith, Abby Varney, Katie Elmore, and Katie Geralds.
Starting in forward, number 22, Chloe Hale.
The
Coached by Kelsey Kirkpatrick.
Barren County student section across the way, dressed in, I think that's kind of a senior citizen pajama type wardrobe tonight. Again, it is senior night here at Barren County High School, as we'll have the introductions of the basketball team, seniors, band, dance, and swimming, I believe it is. We'll have that in between games, and we'll have that on the air for you as well. Not sure what happened there, Robert. I know the Glasgow radio crew had some problems with some electricity. I don't know if
I think there's a short in one of the cords down there. I gave them your reel real quick so they could get plugged in.
Yeah, that's good. They was working fine earlier, but something must have happened in the last few minutes.
There's a lot of cords under that scores table, but I think we got them taken care of. So.
This is WHHT Cave City, Glasgow, as Barren County looking to stay undefeated in district play tonight. Glasgow trying to go to 3-1 in district play. Would have to pull off an upset to defeat the Trojanettes, who have a 26-point win over Glasgow at Scotty Gym just 2 weeks ago tonight. Abby Varney in the jump circle for Barren County. It's Chloe Hale for Glasgow. The officials for tonight's game: Adam Ryder, Joe Plunk, and Damian Wheeler. And Adam Ryder will toss it up, and here we go. Controlled by the Trojanettes. Elmore over the right side corner to Gerald. She'll give it out to Varney. Back out to Murphy to set up. Swings it left side over to Elmore. Elmore now looking. Out top it comes to Gerald's. Back to Elmore. Elmore out top now to Murphy. Murphy looks back over at Coach Piper Lindsay. Glasgow setting up in a 3-2 zone or 1-2-2, however you want to look at it. Here's Murphy on the left wing. Pass deflected up in the air, but caught by Geralds. Geralds will send it back out to Varney for a three. It is off the mark, and the rebound comes off to Bird. Glasgow has it the other way. Cassidy on the left side. Out to Bird. They like to shoot the three. They've made 120 of them so far this year. And here's Bird stepping back, shooting the tray. It is no good. Bad kicker off the right side. It'll go out of bounds.
One of the things we did in that first matchup was we more than doubled up their rebound total. We out-rebounded them about 24-12. But the rebounds they got seem to be bad kickers like that three. We've got to have our hands up and kind of be aware when you shoot it deep, it's going to kick long.
Here's Murphy over to Smith. Down to the left corner to Elmore. Elmore back out to Smith. Smith gives it to Murphy on the right side. Looking inside for Geralds in the corner. Varney pulls a trigger for three. It is off high. Hits the top of the backboard. Goes over. Glasgow's basketball.
Of course, they are going to throw a zone at us. 2-3, we should expect a zone almost every time we come out, but we know how to play against it, and we shouldn't just settle for threes.
And Hale's in a trap and stolen away. And here's Varney up with the left hand. Can't make it. Rebound put back up and in by Elmore.
Addison Smith caused that turnover. Good job following up there by, was that Elmore?
Yep. And here's Austin with a backcourt pass and chased down right in front of their bench by Botts. Gives it to Cassidy. Cassidy in the backcourt. They're going to have to hurry, get it across the line. Timeout by the Lady Scotties.
I don't know what the count was, but it was
getting close.
There, yeah.
30 seconds.
Good job by our girls jumping right into the trap both times off of the made bucket. And then again there, trying to cause a turnover. So we know Glasgow, if you get it in the right people's hands, are a little more uncomfortable handling the basketball and can and will turn it over. But they obviously have prepared and practiced for some variety of our press. So expect some wrinkles, and coming out of this timeout, maybe we can, as we have done a lot, change up the defense a little bit.
I mentioned about the Barren County student section across the way, dressed in pajamas and robes tonight. You said senior citizens. I need to be over there with them, I guess.
Well, they're trying to get a discounted cup of coffee tomorrow for breakfast.
Glasgow's basketball. Austin has it in the backcourt. She needs some help. Throws it across over to Botts. Botts gets it across the line, floats it down. Bird had to go chase it down to the corner. Now she's in a trap and gets rid of it out to Botts. Botts sends it to Cassidy. Fires up at three, and it's no good. Ball tipped out. It's grabbed by Austin. Austin skipped off the hand of Botts, and then Murphy tried to throw it back in bounds. Tried to throw it off of Botts, but she was out of bounds.
Another long kicker off a three-point shot that we were unable to track down.
So Lady Scotties basketball as Bird will set it up. Bird, bounce pass right side over to Cassidy. Out high with it is Chloe Hale. Now Botts with it on the left side of the circle. Over to Bird.
Oh, that's a double dribble.
Yep. She caught it on the dribble.
That's something.
But they don't look at that anymore. Here's a screen by Hale as Botts finds Hale down low, throws up the shot. It's no good. Battle for the rebound. Coming out there with it is Cassidy. Out in the left corner. She's in trouble and threw it off the leg of Elmore and out of bounds in front of the Barren County bench down to our left.
2 offensive rebounds already. Glasgow trying to claim their stake on the rebounding edge tonight. Obviously, Hale helps as she averages almost double-digit rebounds.
Yeah. So Botts gets the ball in play to Bird. Bird will circle out with it against Abby Varney. Goes back to the left side to Hale. Hale looks inside there for Austin. Austin trying to split the defenders, forces up the shot. Out of bounds off the Trojanettes. As Botts will send it in play, right side of the bucket for Glasgow. Gets it into Austin. Make a spin move and a pivot move up with the left hand. Puts it in. Ties it up at 2. We played almost 3 minutes in the opening quarter.
3-2 zone. We got to move the ball and attack.
Gerald's had to go up high for that pass from Murphy. Murphy back to left corner to Smith. Out to Murphy. Now Murphy goes inside there to Varney. Kicks it back in the corner. Smith will fire the 3. It is off the mark. Chased down by Cassidy. Lady Scotties running it back the other way. Right side it goes to Hale. Into the corner to Botts. Botts circles halfway out. We'll bounce it out to Bird. And now Bird facing Abby Varney. Goes right side with it over to Hale. Hale looking inside for the cutter to Austin. Couldn't get it to her. Now Botts swings it over the left side to Bird. Looking for Hale inside. Can't find her. Now they go back to Botts on the right side of the circle. Bounce pass off to Hale on the right wing. Back out to Bird. Tied at 2 with 4:13 to play in the first quarter. Bird on the dribble. Right side, Austin. Austin trying to make a move on Elmore. Cuts back left side, stolen away. Murphy came up with a loose ball. So it was knocked away by Elmore. Pulls up, fires it off in the corner. Smith will put it up. It is no good. Air ball. Taken by Chloe Hale. Up court it goes to Botts. And now here's Bird. Head fake. Drives it down. Throws up the runner. Got it to go in. Glasgow takes a 4-2 lead with 3:40 to play in the opening quarter. They'll stay in that 3-2 zone. Murphy, diagonal pass left corner. Geralds will fire it up. It is good for 3.
I only hit one there, 1 of 4 so far in the game. We are trying to live by the 3.
Katie Geralds with a People's Bank 3-point shot. The People's Bank in Glasgow working for you. Almost picked off by Varney at midcourt. Here's Austin with it halfway to the corner of the right-hand side. Now looks and sends it back out now to Botts. 5-4 Trojanettes, 3:06 to play here in the first.
Not many stoppages. Both teams seem to be a little tired.
They fire it down in there to Cassidy, and it's no good. Hit the bottom of the backboard. Murphy came out there with it. Had good defense on Cassidy. Going to take it right down the lane. Throws it up. It's no good. Rebound to Hale. Off to Botts. Botts right side over to Hale. Now Botts looking over at Kelsey Kirkpatrick. Gets some instructions. There's a bounce pass, high post, knocked away by Geralds, right back in the hands of Botts. So they try to go in the high post there to Hale. Bird with it to set it up. Left side, it comes to Cassidy. Cassidy gets a screen from Austin, goes to the top of the key, picks up her dribble, goes back to Bird to the right side. Bounce in there to Hale, knocked down, trying to scoot it off with her hand, and it goes out to Botts. And now gives to Bird, top of the key. Can't shoot the three, got to drive, goes inside, has a shot blocked in there by Varney. Varney out of there with it for the Trojanettes. Goes up to Murphy, across it goes to Gerald's, fakes, drives up against Hale, cut off, double team. Bounces back out to Elmore, top of the key is Varney, drives it right down the middle of the lane, lost the handle, knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Trojanettes. In for the Trojanettes is Ann Ashley Atkinson, number 35, a 5'8 freshman, averaging 3.4 points a game. As the ball comes out to Murphy, wide open three-point look, got it.
Kirkpatrick, who just came in the game from Glasgow, just kind of waved at her, and she said, if that's all the defense I get applied, then I'm going to knock down in the second three of the night for the Trojanettes.
Yeah, Kayla Kirkpatrick's a 5'6", 8th grader, averaging 7 points a game for the Lady Scotties. Here's Bird driving it into the paint, throws it out to the right elbow, shot for Hale is no good, rebound to Geralds, gives to Murphy. Murphy finds Gerald's down inside, goes up with a shot, it's blocked out of bounds.
Was a good pass, but what happened, Gerald's got off balance and was falling backwards. Couldn't use a lot of strength to go up through Hale that time, and she blocked the shot. We get it back, though.
8-4, Trojanettes lead it with 1:26 to play. Gerald's tries it from 17, it's good.
Hot hand so far.
So Katie Gerald's with a 3 and a 2. Makes it a 10-4 ball game with 1:13 to play in the quarter. And there's Kirkpatrick trying to get it across the line. Does. Goes right side with it to Bird. Bird dribbles with the left hand, throws it back over the left side to Botts. Botts trying to get around Atkinson. Goes up with a shot, puts it in.
Got to do a better job defensively than that.
And it's 10-6. 53 seconds to play in the first. Murphy, left corner, Geralds. Throws it back to Murphy. Feeds it in there to Varney. Varney fires it up in the lane. It's off the back iron. The rebound comes off to Botts for Glasgow. Ahead up to Cassidy. Throws it behind her. Kirkpatrick with about a 30-footer. It's no good. Rebound to Murphy. Shot that one to the volleyball line. Here's a pass thrown away, out of bounds. In for Glasgow now is Jakayla Green, a 5'8" 8th grader, number 1. Comes in for Ashton Botts, so now they've got 2 8th graders on the court for Glasgow at 29.7 to play. Ball comes into Hale. She's in a trap immediately. Now trying to dribble, and then going to have a foul. Katie Elmore, they say, reached in on her. That's her first. First foul of the basketball game with 24.6 seconds to play. Barren County goes back to that press once again as the ball comes into play, and they break the press, almost turned it over as Green trying to chase it down, and does in the left corner. Gets rid of it back out to Botts, to Bird. Here's Chloe Hale. Right side, Kirkpatrick fakes, drives against Geralds, cut off at the baseline, has to reverse it back out with 9 seconds left in the quarter. Bird try to go into Hale to the high post, right side, throws up the shot, no good. Rebound Varney, and that'll do it for the first quarter. After one is Barren County 10, Glasgow 6. We'll return after this break. Trojanette basketball brought to you by Don Franklin Glasgow on Nash 103.7.
Account online at GermanAmerican.com or by visiting your nearest banking office. German American Bank, member FDIC.
ATM Media Solutions is your locally owned and operated digital billboard company that provides our community with high-quality, low-cost advertising options for any size business. We offer 3 highly visible, convenient locations, an in-house art department, and the versatility to meet your needs. Call us today at 270-629-4542.
You're listening to Barren County Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow. Now, back to courtside with Jay.
It's a 10-6 ball game. Trojanettes lead the Glasgow Lady Scotties as we start quarter number 2, presented by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. It'll be Glasgow's basketball to start the second period as it comes into Bird. Bird on the dribble, goes into, went between the legs of Austin, turnover by Glasgow. Here comes Varney racing down the floor, angles off left, throws it behind her as Atkinson fires up an air ball from three-point range. Taken by Bird. Here comes Glasgow back to the attack on the right side of the floor. Kirkpatrick out to Bird behind the volleyball line for three. It is off high, and rebound in there by Murphy. It's going to be out of bounds. That was behind the volleyball line on that one.
I'm not sure we've gotten a rebound on any of the threes that they've missed. They're 0 of 4 from 3, and I think they've got 4 offensive boards or second chance opportunities out of it.
Here's Austin with the basketball on the left side for the Lady Scotties. Cuts back left, then looks back right. Sends it out front to Bird with Varney guarding her. Kind of backs off over now. Bird still on the dribble. Now changes over, goes left side, fires up an 18-footer. That is no good. Air ball underneath Cassidy. And what we got? She stepped on the in line.
Yeah, I think he actually said she walked. It's a turnover either way. Yeah. She switched her pivot feet. We got to do a little bit better job rebounding the basketball, though.
Yeah, was that shot partially blocked a minute ago?
It was hard for me to tell.
Couldn't tell at this angle. Here's Varney trying to work it inside. Gets triple teamed, quadruple teamed. Back out to Gerald's, and now Murphy will set it up again. Over to Elmore in the corner to Atkinson. Back out to Elmore. Right side Murphy. In the corner, Varney pulls the trigger. Three in the air. No good. Rebound to Austin. Gets rid of it to Kirkpatrick. Right side it goes to Hale. Back out front, Kirkpatrick. She fires one from behind the volleyball line. It's no good. Rebound to Varney. Varney, right side of the circle, trying to penetrate down the lane, splits the defenders, puts it up. She missed it, and the rebound comes off in there to Kirkpatrick.
Didn't quite have enough English on it.
Now Kirkpatrick will send it out to Bird. Swings it left side to Austin. Austin back out front to Bird. We've played 2 minutes of the second quarter. It is 10-6. Out top is Hale. Gets rid of it over to Austin. Austin looking for Bird, cutting across the lane. Can't get it to her. Out to Kirkpatrick. And now back it comes to Austin. Austin holds it high above her head. Out front to Bird. Right side Kirkpatrick. And now Kirkpatrick will get it out top there to Cassidy. Back to Kirkpatrick. Now dribbles with the left hand into the key, gives it back to Austin. Austin gets a screen from Hale, drives, cut off, whistle, traveling violation on Austin.
Their offense barely gets inside the three-point line, and when it does, we've done a pretty good job, all except for one trip, cutting them off. They're just shooting threes that would even be behind NBA line.
Yeah.
A third of their field goal attempts are threes that are 25, 26 feet out.
Mary Claire Warren in the ball game, freshman for the Trojanettes. Here's Murphy over to Warren, slides over, can't shoot the three, gives it back out to Murphy. Aston Potts back in the Glasgow lineup. Back to Warren on the left side. Out top is Gerald's. Back to Warren. On the dribble. Now picks it up and threw a bad pass. Deflected off Potts. And Kirkpatrick had it back tapped. She tried to save it on the end line, but lost it out of bounds. Uh-oh.
She's going to get teed up for that.
She threw it really hard at the official, and he didn't like it.
That's correct call. I mean, she got pushed out of bounds is what she thought. He didn't think so. She stepped on the end line, and she just underhanded it like a softball pass to her.
Yeah.
It's the right call. I mean, I thought she got a little extra ump on it. She didn't think so.
So Katie Murphy will be at the line to shoot the two technical free throws. First one is good. That'll be the first foul against the Lady Scotties on that technical by Kayla Kirkpatrick.
Reiterating the Lady Scotty lineup, number 1, Green.
We've tried to settle for 7 of our field goal attempts or threes. We have made 2 of them, but we are just settling for those shots. We've got to find a way to get inside the paint here. Screen, run some action like that, and we turn it over.
Yeah, almost did. Gerald's was there to get it. Warren over to Murphy. 11-6 the score. Trojanettes. Atkinson to the left wing. Bounces in the corner to Elmore. Elmore putting down the dribble, trying to reverse it up the baseline. Bounce pass into the corner. Here's a 3. It is no good. Pops out. Elmore offensive rebound. Throws it up over the rim. And Hale comes out of there with it for Glasgow.
He's got away with a 2-hand push right in the middle of Atkinson's back.
As Botts will set it up. Goes left side over to Green. Green fires up a 3-point shot. Hits an air ball. Well, it barely grazed the right side of the rim. Then it was tapped out of bounds. So Barren County will get the ball. Taylor Strange in the ball game for the Trojanettes. 5'8" sophomore, averaging 3.8 points a game. Abby Varney returning to the Trojanet lineup. Half the second quarter is gone, and it's 11-6.
Quick game. It's kind of like the UK game when they didn't have very many fouls called. They played it in about an hour and a half.
Out of the high post, Strange had it knocked loose, but Atkinson there to grab it. Varney trying to go baseline. She's cut off by Hale. Throws a bad pass in the hands of Green. Glasgow back the other way. Green's going to drive. Throws it up high off the window. No good. Murphy claims the board. Outlet pass to Warren. Warren drives it to the basket. Puts it up. We got a foul on the Lady Scotties. Going to send Warren to the free throw line for 2 shots. The foul is on Austin. Her first. That's Glasgow's second.
Good look ahead there by Murphy. And Austin just came back. Even though she didn't get her with arms, she body checked her.
Mary Claire Warren. First free throw. Good. 12-6. And Warren hits both. Makes it 13-6. Now Cadence Bird returning to the Glasgow lineup. She'll come in and replace Austin.
That has been turned in to the scores table. If you've lost your wallet, we may have.
There's Botts. Gives to Cassidy, off to Green. Now back to Cassidy, back to Green. Trying to get it across the line, does. Now leaves it with Cassidy. Right side over to Botts. Back out to Green, top of the key, Cassidy. Trying to drive, cut off, bounce pass off to Bird to set it up. 3:15 left in the half in a very low-scoring basketball game, 13-6. Green get a whistle and a foul on the Trojanettes. It'll be on Atkinson.
Number 35, Ashley Atkinson. That's her first team.
Trying to fight through a screen. That's her first. Second foul of the Trojanettes here in the first half. As Botts inbounds out to Bird. Bird dribbles in, has it smacked away and stolen by Atkinson. Atkinson ahead up to Murphy. Gives to Warren. 3 if it goes. No. Offensive rebound. Atkinson back in the corner. Murphy for a 3. It's off high. Varney with the offensive board. Gets riveted back up to Warren for a 3. Drains it.
That's about all we're doing right now is shooting threes. Thankfully, we had a couple offensive rebounds there to knock down our first one of the quarter to extend it to 10.
Peoples bank 3-point shot. And here's Green. Gets it across the line over to Botts. Down the corner goes to Hale. 16-6. There's Cassidy. Straightaway 3. No. Rebound Murphy. Murphy into the front court. Stops. Sends it off to Warren. She'll fire it up for 3 again. Wide open. In and out. And the rebound comes off to Hale for Glasgow.
That's one you'd like to have there.
Yeah. So now Botts will set it up. And a long distance 3 by Bird, and she knocks the bottom out of it.
That was probably deeper than we probably even should have guarded it.
Yeah. Varney down low, puts it up and in. Nice spin move in there. Abby Varney gets her first 2 points of the night. And it's 18-9. Barren County with a minute 53 to play in the half. Cassidy, right side Hale. In a trap, bounces back to Cassidy, swings it left to Green, has it batted away by Murphy and out of bounds. With a minute 45 left in the half. Kayla Kirkpatrick and Cynthia Austin back in the Lady Scotty lineup. 1:45 left before halftime. It's been a quick one. Trojanettes 18, Lady Scotties 9. As Green Gives it off to Cassidy. Gets a screen from Botts. Can't shoot the three. Gives it back to Botts and back out to Kirkpatrick. She drives. Goes to the basket. Puts it up. It's too strong. Atkinson with a rebound. She'll get rid of it to Katie Murphy. Murphy stops, fires it off baseline. Strange is no good. Rebound to Austin. She wants to run with it, sprinting down the right side of the lane. Goes up with a shot, whistle, traveling violation on Austin.
Got the ball caught on her leg and took an extra step before she could go up with it.
So Barren County's basketball with 1:10 to play here in the half.
They've got one field goal, but we only have two. So a very low scoring quarter and a quick one.
Coming down to 1 minute to play. In the corner, left side, Varney. Out to Murphy. Back to Varney. Can't find Strange. She's bottled up in there. Now she's got it. Inside. Throws it off the left corner. Going up the baseline is Varney. A whistle and a traveling violation on Abby Varney.
Not sure about that one.
So Glasgow's basketball with 51.3 left. Comes into Botts. She'll walk it up. Botts directing traffic out there. Gives it over to Austin to the right side. Guarded by Strange. Looks for help. Puts down the dribble against Strange. Wants to drive. Whistle and a reach-in foul on Taylor Strange. That'll be her first. Team's third of the half. As Katie Elmore will return to the Trojanette lineup. She'll come in for Taylor Strange. Cassidy to inbound. Still looking. Throws it way out deep to Kirkpatrick. Kirkpatrick on the dribble against Varney. 30 seconds to go in the half. Varney putting pressure on Kirkpatrick. Getting close to a 5-second count there. They give it off to Austin. Down to 18. Botts wants to drive against Warren. Throws it out to Green for a three-point shot. It is off high. Pulled down by Katie Murphy. 10 seconds left in the half. Murphy, crossover dribble into the front court. Fires it off to Varney. Fakes, drives it right down the lane. Puts it up. It is no good. And a rebound back underneath to Elmore. She puts it in at the buzzer.
Good job fighting through that all the way to the horn to get that last bucket.
So at halftime, it's Barren County 20, Glasgow 9. We'll come back with our halftime report after this break. Trojanette basketball brought to you by Don Franklin Glasgow on Nash 103.7.
AF Crow & Son Funeral Home, serving our community since 1928. 201 East Washington Street in Glasgow. Call them at 651-2080.
If you hadn't been to Colton Steakhouse and Grill, what are you waiting for? Okay, maybe you need a special reason. Well, here it is. Our sizzling signatures. There's the Hawaiian ribeye, marinated for 72 hours and topped with fresh grilled pineapple. Or how about our Del Rio ribeye, topped with noted ancho chipotle butter and crispy onion tanglers. Both these mouth-watering sizzling signature ribeyes are available right now. Colton Steakhouse and Grill, where we know what's at stake.
In Glasgow, Campbellsville, Radcliffe, and Bardstown.
I'm going to the car wash.
You can't sing. Why are you even trying?
Because I'm going to Thoroughbred Express Car Wash, darling.
And you're excited enough to sing about it?
I sure am. Yeah, here it is. Here, watch it. I'll pull into the VIP lane here, and bam, they already know who it is because they recognize my license plate. They know who it is and what I usually get.
So is that why they're already treating the front end of the truck?
Yep, to get the bugs and dirt off. Now I let go of the wheel, and the soft touch tunnel does all the work.
It looks like a rainbow. And do you smell that? It smells so clean.
It sure does. Plus, they have free vacs, air fresheners, floor mat washer and dryer, air gun sprayers, microfiber towels, and interior spray bottles.
That's why you love it at the car wash.
Thoroughbred Express, your new hometown wash, invites you to become an unlimited member today. Text WOW to 30400 to get a free $20 value Triple Crown Car Wash. Thoroughbred Express, West Main in Glasgow, and Sam Walton Drive in Russellville.
You're listening to Barren County Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow. Now, back to
Trojans lead the Lady Scotties 20-9 here at the break, and Cheyenne Fant Director of Nutrition Services and After School Programs. How you doing?
I'm great, especially now that these Trojanettes are ahead right now at the half.
Kind of scary there at the beginning, wasn't it?
It was a little bit.
You know, I kind of like the student section tonight, dressed in their pajamas and robes. They're saying a senior citizen. I said, I need to be over there with them.
I'm kind of with you. I actually asked my son, I was like, do you need to, get something out of our closets,
Well, you've got a lot of stuff to talk about.
We
so let's
do.
And it's good that you can put notes on a phone now.
I know, it's so nice.
And that's something, how technology is so great when it works.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
Well, first of all, we just want to, give a big shout out to our board members. We have such a fantastic Board of Education who are there to support the students. They always have safety of the students at their heart. They're also, very supportive of the academic and extracurricular activities that we do. And they really have just, stepped up to be a board that's about the whole child. So we just want to recognize tonight Shelley Gross, who is the chair of our board, Mike Miller, vice chair, Joey Newberry, and Brad High, and Nikki Shelton. And they are just a phenomenal group of people, and we are very blessed to have them be a part of our Board of Education.
Absolutely.
I guess the other thing, kind of relates to sports is the alumni wall that's been put up out, or is, in the process of being put up out by the concession stand. And, we're very excited about that, being able to, recognize now we have the, sports alumni, and now we also have, the Alumni Hall of Fame that will be a constant reminder of the people who've contributed to the, to the legacy of Barren County Schools. And so that wall's going up, and I think Jackie Knuckles and the whole Alumni Association is looking for people to sponsor each class. So if you are a member of even, one of our Heritage High School classes, we have old yearbooks that we're ready to scan and put on a digital screen so that everyone can come to a ball game or come to a school event and be able to see the pages of the yearbooks. And, kids can go through the school and, identify their grandparents and their parents all through high school. Kind of scared about getting some of those pictures out, huh? So if you're interested in your class, so we have lots of options still open. Even if you wanted to sponsor something that wasn't your class, we are looking for sponsors for that. Also very excited about Beta, state Beta. Our school district has such a long-standing tradition of being state and nationally recognized in Beta, and this year was no different. They went to state convention and just rocked it. Governor's Cup has been fantastic. Our academic teams just really shine at the high school and middle school, and our elementaries have competitions coming up, so we're definitely wishing good luck to them. And Red Cross just recently had a gold status award from the state of Kentucky for PBIS, which basically is the way that they help students learn to interact with each other, recognizing leadership traits and recognizing students for good behavior and behavior that's just part of being a Trojan. So they're very, very excited about that recognition. And again, back to sports, we've got some soccer things, going on. Phase 2 of the soccer field, and should be hopefully ready. The goal is July to be able to have that ready. So I think our students will be excited. That soccer team, and both boys and girls soccer teams, they've had some fabulous seasons. So. And then, of course, we've got lots of renovations coming up at the high school.
Heard about that. Yep.
So, so many projects. Exciting, updating with the arts and also with agriculture and, just a big
cafeteria.
I'm loving that. Cafeteria is going to be expanded. The kitchen's going to be expanded. When this was built in the 70s, we had fewer students, and now we've grown. We've kind of outgrown that space.
Probably double from the time it was actually built. With the number of students. So
I got to look at some of the furniture today, actually, and it's beautiful. And that renovation is going to be so great for all of our students. And we've got a lot of new menu items that are out. So we're keeping the cafeteria hopping.
Lots of exciting things going on.
We also have open enrollment coming up. So
right, that's in March.
In March. March the 9th through the 6th. I'm sorry, and March the 9th, 6 p.m. to 12 p.m.
Okay.
So we are excited about that. And, any student who wants to enroll preschool, high school, we'll take them all. We are excited to be creating a culture where Trojans stay with us from preschool all the way to our high school. And we have such wonderful programs that, really kids can start in elementary school and get the feeding program for, biomed, engineering, all these different career pathways that, are built on during elementary age.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah.
It's good to see you. I know you can talk. We can
I can talk all night long. Are you kidding?
Well, we got a ball game to do here. So.
Well, that is the reason we're here, right?
You're right. Cheyenne, it's always good to see you.
Thank you.
Take care of yourself.
All right.
Enjoy the rest of the night, okay?
All right. Go Trojans.
All right. Cheyenne Fant with Barren County School System here at halftime. We'll have a quick halftime report coming up next here on Nash 103.7. Our halftime report brought to you by Barren County Judge Executive Jamie Bewley-Byrd. Trojanets lead at 20-9 here at the break. It was 10-6 into the first quarter. They scored 10 in the second. Glasgow scores a 3 in the second. So 7 field goals, 3 threes for the Trojanets, 4 field goals for Glasgow, one of those a three-point shot.
Well, scoring was not what happened a whole lot in the first half. We were 7 of 25 for 28%, hit 3 of 12 from 3. We actually shot twice as many three-point shots in that half than we did in the game earlier at Glasgow. They were just 4 of 21 for 19% and only hit 1 of 9 of their threes.
Wow. Time to get this second half started. Farmers RECC, Jackie Browning Memorial second half. Third quarter brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Here's Varney working it inside. Spin move, goes up with a shot. No. Got her on rebound. Back up. No. Got it blocked, but a foul. She's got fouled a couple of times.
There were a total of, 5 fouls called. One of those was a technical, if you count that.
Yep. Only 5. 3 against Barren County, 2 against the Lady Scotties, and you mentioned one of those a technical. And Varney at the line. The free throw goes up. It's good for point number 3 on the night. Makes it a 21-9 Barren County lead.
Try to diversify things a little bit. Got a high-low there in our first possession. We've got to do some different things. I know you don't want to show a lot of wrinkles. Allen's here scouting tonight. If you were to play them again, I mean, you don't want to put a whole lot on film, but you got to win a basketball game.
Yeah. Here's Cassidy against the pressure in the backcourt. Botts bounces back to Cassidy. Gets it to Bird. Back to Cassidy. They barely get it across the line in time. Botts will get rid of it over to Bird. Bird taking it right down the middle. Here's the runner. Good. That's 2 of them for Bird that's been runners.
Yeah.
And she's got 7 points. It's 22-11. Barren County, 7:20 to play here in the third quarter. Inside is Gerald's. Got to get back out of there. Diagonal pass in the corner to Smith. Back out to Elmore. Now to Murphy. In the middle to Gerald's. Gerald's had a little opening there. Up and under move. Shot goes up. It's no good. And Austin with a rebound for the Lady Scotties. Pushing it down the floor on the right-hand side. Pulls up now. Throws it behind her to Bird. Thought about the three. And of course she put it on the floor as she traveled. So Barren County will get it right back. 1 minute gone here in the second half. Barren County leads it 22-11.
I'd like to see Katie just catch that there at the volleyball line, which is about an 8-foot shot. Just turn and shoot it.
Yeah.
You can't get much better than that wide open.
And Smith has it open. Look at a three. Gives it in there to Gerald's triple team. Now Varney has to curl it back out on the left side. We'll get rid of it out front to Murphy. Murphy, diagonal pass underneath. Here's Elmore. Can't get the shot to go. Got her own rebound. Reverses it up and in.
That was good display of strength and perseverance, staying with that basketball in the trenches.
That was a sensational play brought to you by Zaxby's. Check in for rewards and free stuff only in the Zaxby's app. Download the Zaxby's app today. 24-11 Trojanettes. 6:22 to play, third quarter. Bird, we got a whistle away from the ball and a moving screen. Charge to Mia Cassidy.
Mia Cassidy, that's her first team.
That's her first, number 2 of the Lady Scotties here in the second half.
See if we can continue to extend this lead.
Murphy off to Varney. Dribbles it out. Goes back to Murphy. In the right corner now to Smith. Smith back out to Murphy. Goes to the high post there to Gerald's. One dribble back to Murphy, top of the key. Murphy back over to Smith. Well, faked the 15-footer, then threw it off in the left corner there to Elmore. They go into Gerald's, turn around 8-footer there.
Yeah, that's what I asked her to do on the last possession, and she learned from a mistake.
And it's 26-11 as Hale gets into a trap, trying to split it. Got a whistle and a foul. On Abby Varney, it'll be her first, team's first of the second half. 5:40 to play here in the third quarter. Barren County 26, Glasgow 11. Cadence Bird with it. Lady Scotties into the front court. Angles to the left. Gives it off to Botts, and now here goes Austin down the right side of the lane. Flips it high off the glass. No good. Ball hits the floor. They got 2 Lady Scotties down, so it's a 5-on-3. Here is Gerald's. Thought about the three. Moves in left of the lane. Out in the left corner, here's Elmore. Got it. So Glasgow wants a timeout as Barren County is pulled out to a 28-11 lead.
I'd like to remind everyone that the Trojans store will be open.
5:16 to play here in the third quarter. Tune in every Monday at 4 o'clock on 104.7 The Score for the Brown Sports Bag, an hour-long sports show with James Brown and John Butler as they discuss high school and college sports. The Brown Sports Bag, Mondays at 4 on 104.7 The Score.
An 8-2, almost 3 minutes here gone in the third quarter. Good job being a little bit more aggressive than Glasgow. You almost haven't scored anything off transition, almost nothing off turnovers tonight. As going into the second half, there was only 10 combined turnovers between the two teams. We had 4, they had 6. So the press hasn't worked a ton tonight. What they've done defensively is they really set back and packed it in. There hadn't been a whole lot of driving lanes. The few points we've got in the paint, some of them have come off offensive rebounds like you saw there from Elmore. So we've got to continue to be unique in our offense. There's some give-and-go opportunities. There's some flashes that are there. Zones are fun to play against just because you can hide, go sit down somewhere and let your teammates find you and score, and they're really making it tough on Varney. She needs to be more of a distributor than a scorer in some situations, and that's tonight.
That's true. Kirkpatrick in a trap, splits it, goes down, and we're going to have a foul. And they'll put it on Addison Smith, her first, team second.
That was on number 5, Addison Smith. That's her first, team second.
Glasgow's basketball as Botts will trigger it in. Comes out to Cassidy. Finds Bird. Bird on the dribble, now's picked it up. Long bounce pass right over to Cassidy. She gets into a trap. Murphy goes to the deck. Now here's Kirkpatrick going under, putting it up and in.
We went zone. They capitalized on the backside.
28-13. Murphy, right side over to Smith. Back out to Murphy. Back inside, going up the baseline. Smith hit the side of the backboard. Taken in there by Botts. Kirkpatrick, 3 if it goes. It's no good. Crashing aboard is Cassidy. And Cassidy gets rid of it back out to Bird. And now what do we have here? Illegal screen
on Hale.
Threw an elbow into somebody. Her second, team's third of the half. Barren County's basketball, 4:23 to play in the third. And Coach Kirkpatrick having some words with official Adam Ryder. Left side corner, Varney. Out to Murphy on the left wing. Putting down the dribble, throws it across to Elmore. In the corner to Smith. Smith fires it back out to Murphy. Top of the key. Takes it to the left side. Dumps it into Gerald's. Turns, throws it back out to Varney. 3 in the air. Yes!
Little inside out. Those are the ones you like to see, and that's the first one we've attempted halfway through the third period.
And a Peoples Bank 3-point shot for Abby Varney. Gives her 7 points on the night. 31-13, 3:48 to play here in the third period. Here's Cassidy on the right side. Getting a screen from Hale. Cassidy throws it up. It is banked in. I don't know how she got that one, but it goes in for her first 2 points tonight. 31-15. Murphy, left corner, Gerald's. Back to Murphy. Diagonal pass, right corner, Elmore. Fires it back out to Smith. Gives to Murphy. Inside Varney. A little pump fake trying to go up with it. She's fouled. Foul will be on 22. That is Chloe Hale, her third, team's fourth of the second half. Abby Varney for 2 shots. First one, good.
Re-entering the Lady Scotty lineup, number 12, Austin.
And so Hale having to go take a seat with those 3 fouls. Austin in to replace her. Varney got them both. 9 points for Abby Varney. Lead is 18 at 33-15. 3:15 to play, third period. Bird with the basketball for the Lady Scotties. Works against Smith out front. And the ball poked away by Gerald's. Trying to go to Austin. Here's a lob up to Varney. Too much on that when it goes out of bounds. Glasgow's basketball, 3:03 to play, third period. Barren County 33, Glasgow 15. Bird, right side over to Austin. Austin looking, out top to Kirkpatrick, swings it left to Bird. Fires it in there to Austin, went through her hands, turnover by Glasgow. Gerald's has it for the Trojanettes. Off to Murphy. Right side Varney, fakes the 3, drives to the basket, puts it up, it is no good. Ball slapped out of bounds, and it will go back to the Trojanettes.
Abby having a rough go of it. That's probably the best shot she's had all night, and she's gotten contacted every time she's gone up with it. Just expected it to come again, but it didn't.
Murphy in the corner, Varney on the left-hand side, back in the corner, Murphy for 3, it is no good. And rebound to Cassidy. On the run with it for the Lady Scotties. Out top, Botts over to Kirkpatrick. Gives it to Bird. Back out to Kirkpatrick. Down to 2:16 to play here in the third quarter. Bounce pass off to Austin. Drives it to the bucket. Ooh, collision here, but there'll be a blocking foul on Abby Varney. That'll be her second, team's third of the second half.
That's her second, team third. Austin will step the line to shoot 2.
Cynthia Austin's a 45.8% foul shooter on the year, but she hits the first one. First free throws of the night for Glasgow. 33-16. Second one comes off. Trojanettes back the other way. Katie Murphy will bring it in the front court. Looking over at the bench, Coach Piper Lindsay. Goes left side with it to Elmore. Now Elmore putting down one dribble, back out to Murphy. Right side over to Varney. Finds Elmore going to the basket, too strong against the window. Here comes Cassidy with it for the Lady Scotties. Out to Botts. Down to minute 37 to play. Bounces it off to Cassidy against Katie Murphy. Right side of the key is Austin. Over to Kirkpatrick. She's open. Lets it fly for three. It is no good. Rebound to Katie Murphy. Got 5 on 4 as Cassidy trailing down the floor. Elmore trying to go up. She's grabbed underneath. It'll be on Kirkpatrick. That's number 2 on her. 5 of the Lady Scotties here in the second half. 2 shots for Katie Elmore. 56.6% on the season. First one is no good. Barren County 7 of 9 from the foul line here in the basketball game. Second one's off the front of the rim. Rebound to Glasgow. Here comes Austin. On the left side with it. Now looking. Gets it out to Botts. Now Botts puts down the dribble as we come down to 1 minute to play here in the third quarter. Here is Bird out top. Right side, Kirkpatrick gets a screen from Bird. She wants to drive with it. Has stolen away. Varney's got it. Got a 4-on-1. Off it goes to Smith. Puts it up. No good. Comes back in the hands of Gerald. She throws it back up and in. 35-16. 43 seconds to play. Third quarter. Now Bird working against Smith. Down to 37 seconds. Now Bird still on dribble. Out front, in between the circles. Left side it goes to Kirkpatrick. Gets a screen from Potts. Dribbles off of it. And whistle. Got to reach in on somebody. Katie Elmore will commit her second personal. That's number 4 on the Trojanettes here in the second half. As Botts looks to inbound. Comes into Cassidy. Now Cassidy will give it back out to Bird with 19 seconds to play. Bird, bounce pass, right side Cassidy. Cassidy down to 8. Leaves it out there with Botts. Over to Bird. Down to 6. And the ball's loose. As good defense by Smith. Here's Elmore driving strong to the bucket. Has it blocked on her on the shot. That ends the third quarter. Barren County 35, Glasgow 16. We'll come back with the fourth quarter after this break. This is Trojanet basketball. Brought to you by Don Franklin Glasgow on Nash 1037. And you're listening to Barren County High Basketball on WHHT-FM, Cave City, Glasgow, online at 104thescore.com and on BCHS Live. Jay Turner with Robert Bowers. Chris Bratcher's our studio producer. Here's Austin throwing up the shot and puts it in. For second field, or rather, that's Green putting up the shot. The 8th grader.
They haven't missed in the paint this half. They're actually 4 for 4.
At 35-18, Taylor Strange fired up a 17-footer that's off the mark badly.
She lost the grip as she went to shoot it.
Coming up as Green with it for the Lady Scotties. Sends it over to Kirkpatrick. Long 27-footer. No good. Crashing the board. His Hale underneath. Saves it from going out of bounds. Cassidy has it. Steps back, shoots a three-point shot. No good. And the rebound comes off to Atkinson, who's in the game, starting the fourth quarter. Along with Taylor Strange, Abby Varney, Addison Smith, and Katie Murphy playing a point right now. Over the left side is Atkinson, gets a screen from Strange, hooks it back down into Strange, puts it up, no good, but a foul on Austin. That'll be her second. Number 6 on the Lady Scotties here in the second half. Barren County outscored Glasgow 15-7 in the third period. Taylor Strange, 5'8" sophomore, 69.6% foul shooter, cans the first one. Make it 36-18.
As soon as Glasgow went man, you saw us capitalized offensively. At least we hit 1 of 2.
Yeah. Hale and Varney diving for the loose ball. We're going to get a foul on Abby Varney.
Not much in a loose ball situation there.
No. 3 on Abby Varney, 5 on the Trojanettes here in the second half. Green working off the screen from Hale. Smith trying to stay with her. She's going to drive. Goes to the basket. No good. It trickles off the rim. And Murphy saved it in bounds, but went right in the hands of Chloe Hale for her first 2 points of the night. And it's 36-20. Murphy over to Varney. Penetrating down the lane. Kicks it off in the corner. Atkinson fires and hits.
Deep 2.
Long 2. 38-20 Barren County. 6:18 to play. Fourth quarter brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. There's Chloe Hale with it out front on the right side. Gives it out to Kirkpatrick. Now Kirkpatrick fires it off to the left side to Cassidy. Cassidy, top of the key, can't shoot. Back over to Kirkpatrick on the left, guarded by Varney. Drives it down, loses the handle. And then Strange reaches in and ties it up, and it's Barren County's basketball. Katie Elmore back in the Trojanet lineup for Abby Varney. 5:52 to play. Barren County 38, Glasgow 20. It's Katie Murphy. Brings it across the timeline against Green. Goes left side with it to Atkinson. Gets a screen from Elmore. And another screen by Smith. Goes right side on a bounce pass over to Murphy. Murphy comes off the screen. Penetrating. Oh, drug the pivot foot.
Taylor was rolling, but she wasn't where Katie expected her to be. All she had to do was drop it down. And I think we could have had a chance at a layup, but didn't, as we were a step behind.
Kylie Green with it for the Lady Scotties. Austin with it on the right side. Austin wants to drive against Atkinson, and a foul. That'll be Atkinson's second personal, number 6 on the Trojanettes here in the second half. Austin at the line, 1 of 2. First one is up, and it's no good. Missed it badly. Mary Claire Warren back in the Trojanet lineup will come in for Ann Ashley Atkinson.
I was just going to say right there, you got to know the situation. Austin's not a three-point shooter. She hasn't hit one all year long. You can't get up on her at the three-point line. Give her a step and don't get beat baseline. Even though she missed the first one, you can put her there to begin with.
So Austin back at the free throw line for one more. It's on the way, and it no good. Rebound to Strange. Dumps it off to Elmore. Elmore down the right side, reversing back left. Feeds it off to Strange. The shot won't go off the front of the rim. Varney offensive board. Throws over to Warren. 3 if it goes. Bounces off the rim. And the ball out of bounds to Glasgow.
I think we'll end up, it'll be pretty close. We're out-rebounding them 23-20 through 3 periods. I think we'll end up out-rebounding them. But what's happened is that's been a big difference in the first game and the second game. Glasgow has held strong with us on the boards after we doubled them up over at their place.
Yeah. Green driving against Warren. Throws it over the rim. Varney pushing it down the floor. Stops. Free throw line. Jump shot. Rim's no good. Hale with a rebound. Cassidy. Right side Green. Back to Cassidy. Cassidy, guarded by Katie Murphy, trying to poke the ball away. Cassidy goes left side with it. Drives, puts it up, partially blocked by Murphy, but it goes out of bounds.
Timeout, full timeout, Glasgow.
Full timeout by the Lady Scotties with 4:20 to go in the basketball game. It's Barren County 38, Glasgow 20. Don't have any other scores here from some of the other districts going on tonight. And tonight is definitely a tournament atmosphere here on Bobby Steenbergen Court at Barren County High School Gym. That'll be the largest crowd we've had this season.
It is a tournament atmosphere, but what happens when you're up 20 or 18, actually, it kind of takes the crowd out of it. The game's decided, probably 4 minutes and 20 seconds left. So the potential atmosphere is here. Hopefully the boys will do the same thing and kind of take the crowd out of it, and everybody's just kind of waiting to see what the final score is. Bowling Green's up 48-20 in the girls' game at the end of the third quarter down there in the 14th district.
And that's against South Warren, right?
Yeah, so Bowling Green versus South Warren, sorry. Not a whole lot other than that coming across the wire here.
Trojans and the Scotties, game 2 of our doubleheader tonight. And after tonight, we'll be on the road Tuesday night at Greenwood. Next Friday night, the Trojans will have a JV varsity doubleheader at Cumberland County.
The Greenwood score for you. Greenwood's up 28-24 over Warren Central at halftime.
Of course, there's supposed to be a girls' game tomorrow with Casey County. Those have been canceled due to the number of games on the schedule. As Cassidy inbounds out to Hale, gives it to Green, out to Bird, finds Hale in the lane, throws up a hook shot, no good. Rebound knocked loose, and it's going to go out of bounds. Ooh, they'll give it back to Glasgow. Not sure who touched it. I thought maybe Cassidy touched it last, but they'll give it back to the Lady Scotties with 4:10 to play. Cassidy looking, still looking, trying to force it in there. Stolen by Mary Claire Warren. Warren in the front court. Off it goes to Gerald's. Now gets rid of it back out to Warren, and now Murphy trying to set it up against Green. Here's Gerald's with it. Open. Doesn't take it. Bounces it out to Warren. Now Warren on the dribble, out between the circles. Bounce pass left as Elmore goes to the deck, and a foul on Mia Cassidy. Be her second of the team's 7th. That should put the Trojanettes in the bonus for the rest of the game with 3:47 to play. Katie Elmore 0 for 2 from the line. 8 points tonight. 1-1 here. First one good. Nothing but net. 39-20. We'll have the senior night activities taking place in between game. We'll have that on the radio for you. Here's the bonus try. Short. Gerald's with a rebound, though. Throws it back out to Elmore. Gives it to Murphy. Now Murphy on the dribble on the right side. Murphy cuts back left. Gives it out to Elmore. Now Elmore looking, wants to drive it right down the right side of the lane and tried to go to Warren with it. It's tipped away as Botts was down on the floor. And a jump ball possession arrow goes to Glasgow.
Threw it into the defense instead of throwing it away from the defense. That allowed them to deflect it and eventually turn it over. Up 19, 3:20 to go. Still in very good position.
As Bird handles it. Right side over to Green. Green working against Warren. Reverses it back out. Out top Botts. Over to Bird. Now Bird will throw it back over to Green to the right side. Green changes dribbles, goes down the left side of the lane, a whistle and a foul. And it'll be on Mary Claire Warren, her first, team 7th, so that's going to put Glasgow in the bonus for the rest of the game. 2:54, but she'll get 2 shots. Kylie Green, an 8th grader. First one good.
Re-entering the Trojanette lineup, number 5, Smith.
Addison Smith back in the Trojanette lineup for Mary Claire Warren. 39-21. Second shot for Green. Drops in, hit the back iron, fell through. 39-22. Elmore into the front court, racing down the right side of the lane, going under, flips up the shot, no good. Tried to draw the foul there. Loose ball, scramble, jump ball, possession back to the Trojanettes with 2:43 to go. As Murphy gonna have to hurry, gets it into Varney. Now Varney dribbles out, Needs some help here. Hands it off to Gerald's on the left side. Now Gerald's made a crossover move against Hale, and Hale blocks it out of bounds on the shot with 2:29 to go. Murphy on the left baseline. Gets it into Gerald's. Gerald's turns, works under, throws up the shot, drops it in.
She's had a couple of good offensive possessions tonight. That one, she isolated Hale and got a quick first step back to the strong side, her right.
41-22. Gerald's with 11 points in the basketball game. 2:12 to go. Shot blocked by Smith off of Cassidy. Trojanettes in the front court. Murphy swings it off to Varney. Down to 2 minutes to play.
Let's spread them out here. We're just run through our motion offense. Either one works the same.
Now Varney gets rid of it over to Elmore on the right side. Bounces it out to Gerald's between the circles against Chloe Hale. Now Smith on the dribble against Bird. And now looks for help. Tried to bounce it off there on that backdoor pass. Comes out to Varney, and a traveling violation on Varney. Well, it looked like Cassidy ran into the back of her, caused her to travel.
I think that was the case. The official didn't see that on the backside.
Yeah. Down to a minute and a half to play. Green with it on the right side. Green dribbled it off her foot, chased it down, reversed it back to the left. Now goes inside, trying to slice her way through. It's no good on the shot. A rebound to Gerald's and a foul. And it will be charged to Chloe Hale, and that is her fourth, team's 8th.
Number 22, Chloe Hale, that's her fourth, team 8.
And Katie Gerald's at the charity stripe. 54% foul shooter of the year. Has a total of 11 points tonight, which is double her average. Free throw is up, and it is going to go in. Hit the back iron straight through for point number 12. And it's 42-22. That's been the largest lead of the basketball game. As Glasgow will send in 2 new players now. 15 is Morgan Thompson, a 5'8 freshman. 14 is Addie Slagle, a 4'8 7th grader. In for the Trojanettes will be Hannah Bragg, a 5'10 freshman, number 4. And 23, Addison McFall, a 5'4 freshman. With 1:19 to play. Here's Gerald's, fires and hits. Riley Wilson, number 32, a 5'10 freshman. And number 2, Mahalia Burton, 5'7 7th grader. It'll leave Addison Smith, the only senior on the floor. Of course, Macy Lockhart's the other senior, but unfortunately tore ACL back to the 12th game of the season and out for the remainder of the year. 43-22, Trojanettes. Green as they get rid of it, back out to Slagle. Down to 1 minute to play. And timeout by Glasgow.
It looked like Thompson got caught up in a screen with Addison Smith, and she took the worst end of the deal. Just fell awkwardly.
Anaya Collard, a 5'10 sophomore, will come in for Glasgow, as she will come in for Thompson. In for Barren County, Adley Cunningham, number 25, a 5'10 freshman, for Addison Smith. Just under a minute to play. Barren County 43, Glasgow 22. Collier on the high post. Collar, and she traveled.
We turned Glasgow over considerably more here in this second half. We turned them over 7 in the third, 3 this quarter when it was kind of all put to bed already. But 10 turnovers really helped us extend the lead and dominate the third period.
Shelby Bird, 5'6", 8th grader, number 24, handling the basketball. Gives it out to McFall. McFall on the dribble. Now goes diagonally over to Wilson on the right side. Wilson gets it in there to Cunningham. Back to Wilson. Trying to go baseline. Goes underneath to Bragg. Throws it back out to McFall. 28 seconds to play. McFall over the left side. Cunningham back to McFall. Goes left to the lane. Here's Bragwin up and under shot. It is no good. Battle for the rebound, and coming out of there with it is Slagle for Glasgow. 10 seconds to play. They leave it out front with Green. Down to 6. I'll just dribble it out. Barren County will win it 43-22 over Glasgow tonight. As Glasgow drops to 11-10 on the season, 2-2 in district play, and the Trojanettes go to 19-5 overall, undefeated in regular 15th district play at 6-0. They will definitely be the number 1 seed going into the tournament in about 3.5 weeks. And Glasgow now 2-2. That puts them right now in the number 2 seed, but still have a couple of games left. Allen County, Scottsville, and Warren East. They still have those 2 teams to play before the regular season ends. So still undecided about that 3rd and 4th seed. Warren East right now 0-4. Allen County, Scottsville 1-3. Glasgow 2-2. Barren County 6-0. As the Trojanettes win it by a score of 43-22 as they get set up for senior night activities here. And we'll have that on the radio coming up momentarily with Scott Gillen, our public address announcer here at Barren County High School. We've also got the post-game report coming up. We'll talk with Coach Piper Lindsay as soon as the senior night activities conclude. And we'll name the Monticello Bank MVP of the game. And I think we're just about ready to go here. Trojanettes' next game will be on Tuesday night at Greenwood, along with the Trojans in that doubleheader. So I think we're about ready to go. Scott Gillen's waiting to get the signal, and here we go.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Barren County Senior Night 2023. We will be recognizing seniors who participate in swim, cheer, and basketball. We will begin our festivities this evening by recognizing our swim seniors. Our first swim senior is Abigail Harbison. She is the daughter of Dawn and Joey Harbison. Her favorite memory is breaking the 200 medley relay school record. Our next swim senior is Aaliyah Kate Harper. She is the daughter of April and Scott Harper. Her favorite swim memory is making top 16 in the region every year. Julia Kinsman is our next swim senior. Julia is the daughter of Gina and David Kinsman. Her favorite swim memory is pasta nights before the region swim meets. Our final swim senior is Lucas Romine. Lucas is the son of Deborah and Shane Romine. His favorite swim memory is competing in the state swim meet. Escorting Lucas this evening is his girlfriend, Rory Spawnhouse. We will now recognize our senior cheerleaders. Our first is our next girls basketball senior. Addison is the daughter of Chris and Natasha Smith. Her favorite memory is winning district every year so far in high school. Our first boys basketball senior is Carson Beckham. He is the son of Billy and Darla Beckham. His favorite memory is his freshman year when Coach Bird yelled Hail Mary and then throwing a ball and hitting the ceiling at the end of practice. Eli Brooks is our next senior. Eli is the son of Lynette and Jason Brooks. His favorite basketball memory is when Graham won the 2K tournament in Orlando his junior year. Aiden Miller is our next boys basketball senior. He is the son of Mike and Jill Miller. His favorite basketball memory is when Coach Gardner jumped up and down on our couch after beating Glasgow his sophomore year. Our next boys basketball senior is Jack Nesbitt. Jack is the son of Erica Nesbitt and Barry Nesbitt. His favorite basketball memory is his freshman year when Coach Birds kicked him out of the gym 30 minutes into practice because Eli shot a three from almost half court. Taylor Ogles is our next basketball senior. Taylor is the son of Lance and Emily Ogles. His favorite memory is Coach Birds throwing a ball and hitting a light at practice. Blaine Watson is our final basketball senior. Blaine is the son of Brad and Summer Watson. His favorite memory is going to Gatlinburg and playing games and being with the team. Barren County High School would like to thank all of our seniors and their parents for their time and effort. We are very proud of you and wish you nothing but the best in your future endeavors. At this time, please join us in a round of applause for all of our seniors.
Thank you, Scott Gillen, for the senior night activities. Got Coach Piper Lindsay here with me now. Coach, congratulations. You go 6-0 in the district. That's what you wanted to do.
That's exactly right. That was one of our goals at the very beginning of the year. We want that number one seed. We want to go in, not just that, but just go in undefeated. I mean, going 6-0 in this district, that's exactly what we were going for.
Did you think Glasgow would play you zone to start the game tonight?
Did not. We had a little different game plan, but you know what? They stuck in that 3-2 pretty much the entire game, and I thought we did just fine.
I think you did too. Defensively, I thought you really played well.
We were solid defensively. I thought Katie Murphy did a heck of a job on Cassidy. I mean, honestly, we didn't think she scored, but then we realized she had that banked-in shot. I think Murphy even tipped it, but I thought she was excellent defensively. She didn't let Mia breathe at all. She was just a lockdown defender.
You know, they put up a lot of three-point shots even from the volleyball line tonight. I don't know why they shoot that far out, but anyway, they only made 1 3 the entire night.
Well, and that's one thing we talked about yesterday for a while, that we knew that they would pull from the volleyball line and just don't get stuck with your hands down. The one that they did make, our hands were down. And so, but, you know, we also said, hey, we'll give them that, you know, over a 2-footer any day. And I was just proud that we were disciplined enough to understand that.
Yep. Katie Gerald's had a nice game for you tonight, 13 points.
She did. And, of course, she had to play the middle of that zone a little bit offensively, and I thought she was shot ready at times. I thought she did a good job of turning and facing, ran the floor well. Heck, she took Hale off the dribble a couple times. I thought thought she was a really, really nice part for us.
And again, you talked about Chloe Hale. You held her only 2 points the entire night, and that score didn't come to the fourth quarter.
Right, yeah, and of course she didn't play against us the first time,
right.
So we didn't really know kind of what to expect. I mean, we've seen some film on her, obviously, but I thought KG did an excellent job. Kind of got her frustrated at times, and she was good for us.
Yep. 19-5 overall, 6-0 in the district. You go to Greenwood Tuesday night, a team that's lost 4 of their last 5. Hard to believe. But they got Leah Trin, who averages 20 points a game. The Grand Girl averages 17. They got a 1-2 punch. We'll have to play well when we get down there.
We will. It seems like they've been there forever. Trin is a very nice player. Katie Murphy always a good little, not necessarily challenge, but she likes to guard her. And then, like you said, Grant, Katie Gerald's going to have her hands full. She's tough inside. But if we keep doing what we're doing, I thought our defense was excellent tonight. If we do that again, we'll be okay.
Right. Coach, congratulations to you. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Coach Piper Lindsay, the Trojanettes winning by a score of 43-22 over the Glasgow Lady Scotties. Lady Scotties dropped to 11-10 overall, 2-2 in district play. Trojanettes improved to 19-5 and a perfect 6-0 and the number 1 seed in the 15th district when the tournament rolls around in 3.5 weeks. Coach's comments tonight brought to you by McDonald's. Enjoy McDonald's meal tonight at your Glasgow McDonald's. Got the CPC Commodities post-game report. It is next here on Nash 103.7. And the CPC Commodities postgame report. CPC Commodities, proven on our farm and made for yours. Trojanettes led at every stop, 10-6 into the first quarter, 20-9 at halftime, 35-16 after 3, and go on to win 43-22. Glasgow had 9 field goals in the ball game, only 1 3-point shot made, 3 of 6 from the foul line, and they were led in scoring by Cadence Bird, who had 7 points, 4 for Jakiley Green, 3 for Cynthia Austin, and 2 each from Mia Cassidy, Chloe Hale, Kayla Kirkpatrick, and Ashton Potts. For the Trojanettes tonight, 14 field goals, 7 in each half. 4 of those were three-point shots. 11 of 16 from the foul line for the Trojanettes tonight. Katie Gerald's led the way tonight with 13 points. Just under double figures were Katie Elmore and Abby Varney with 9 points apiece. 5 for Mary Claire Warren, 4 for Katie Murphy, 2 for Ann Ashley Atkinson, and 1 for Taylor Strange. Addison Smith started the ball game but did not score.
Real quickly, let's look at some stats. We were 14 of 47. Not great, but good enough to get the job done tonight. I had us 30% for the game, 4 of 15 from three-point land for 27%. They only had 9 field goals out of 36 attempts, so they just made a quarter of their shots. And the biggest stat was 1 of 13 from 3 is what I had them. So we didn't shoot it well, but they didn't. They actually shot it worse. So we held them to just 1 of 13 threes, and they didn't have much offense whatsoever. They just kind of fall into that pattern when they don't have anything going for them, and that's where they go. And when it doesn't fall, they don't have much answer. We turned it over half as many times as Glasgow, 8 to their 16. We did it out-rebounded them 32 to 28. Had 12 offensive boards compared to 6 for them. So all in all, not exactly the same script as we had over there, but we did lead start to finish. They struggled from the three-point line. We weren't able to score as many points as we did over there, but we still scored enough to get the job done and get a W. More importantly, 6-0 in the district, #1 seed, and you got 6 games left. You can just try to get better against the competition you face.
Yep. Time to name the Monticello Bank MVP of the game. Your MVP when it comes to all your financial needs. Proud sponsor of the Barren County Trojans and Trojanettes. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Yeah, not only because she was the leading scorer tonight, I know that's sometimes what you look at, but I thought she was aggressive in the paint when there wasn't a whole lot of room there, and she really created for herself. So Katie Gerald's is my pick tonight as Monticello Bank MVP.
The 5'7" sophomore, 13 points, had a three-pointer, 4 two-point baskets, 2 of 2 from the foul line offensively. Played very well on defense as well against Chloe Hale tonight. We'll return with our second game. Again, the final score in this game, Trojanettes 43, Lady Scotties 22. Get set for the Don Franklin Glasgow countdown to tip off the Trojans and the Scotties. It's next on Nash 103.7. Gotcha. Our second game tonight, the Barren County Trojans are 14-8 overall, 4-1 in District 15. They can sew up the number 1 seed tonight with a win over the Scotties, who they defeated at Glasgow 56-39 2 weeks ago tonight. The Trojans have won 6 of their last 7 games. Glasgow is 6-12 overall, 2-1 in the district. They have lost 3 of their last 4. The Scotties lost at Greene County in double overtime Tuesday night, 82-71. Clay Pippin scored 20. Jarek Martin and Rico Crowder each had 17. Barren County has won 8 in a row over the Scotties. The current district standings has Barren County at 4-1, Glasgow at 2-1, Warren East 2-2, and Allen County Scottsville 0-4. The other Trojan wins are over Allen County Scottsville twice by 15 and by 28. They split with Warren East, winning by 9 at Warren East and losing by 11 here. And Glasgow's 2 wins are over Warren East by 11 in overtime and Allen County Scottsville by 10. In the earlier matchup with Glasgow, Barren County shot 42% on 21 of 50. There were 5 of 14 on threes, 9 of 15 for the line, and 31 rebounds. Eli Brooks had a double-double, 23 points and 14 rebounds. Aiden Miller had 13 points and 8 rebounds. Glasgow shot 33.3% on 15 of 45. They were 2 of 11 behind the arc. 7 of 14 from the foul line and 20 rebounds. Jarek Martin had 9 points. Clay Pippin had 8 for Glasgow. Barren County had a hot shooting night, especially in the second half, in defeating Russellville 71-58 on Tuesday night. Despite being down by 8 points at 39-31 early in the second half, the Trojans outscored the Panthers in the second half 40-21, hitting 28 of 43 shots for 65%. 5 of 8 on threes, all made by Carson Beckham. 10 of 16 from the foul line and 17 rebounds. Glasgow shot 47.2% against Greene County in the 82-71 double overtime loss on 25 of 53. Hit 3 of 13 threes, but only 18 of 29 from the foul line. Had 37 rebounds against the Dragons. Clay Pippin scored 20. Jarek Martin and Rico Crowder each with 17. So the question is, can Barren County make it 9 wins in a row tonight over Glasgow and lock in the number 1 seed in District 15?
Well, it's never an easy task. We've seen over the years in this situation, it doesn't matter the record, it doesn't matter how you've done, winning 6 of the last 7 or losing the last 3, whatever those stats say. Over the years, it's shown that it doesn't really matter on paper that this is and always has the potential to be a really good game. We did an excellent job down the stretch against them over there, put the game away with some excellent shooting, held them down to just 2 of 11 from 3. That was one of the main things they struggled with. Their leading scorer wasn't even one of their top scorers, and they didn't have anybody in double figures like you talked about. So we did a good job putting points on the board, but the best thing we did over there in our 17-point win was our defense. We really caused them to struggle, and they didn't have a whole lot of opportunities. Obviously, Eli and Aiden led the way for us. Carson, one of our other seniors here on senior night, hit 3 threes over there. He's been hot lately. We need to see if we can get him going early to get some points on the board and create some separation and keep at least the majority of the fans in here locked in this basketball game, as Barren County has a huge crowd. Glasgow has a good one, but Barren County has a huge one.
Yeah. Back with more of the Don Franklin Glasgow countdown to tip-off, as we're about 7 minutes away from the Trojans and Scotties. Got the starting lineups. We'll look at some stats as well on the season for both teams when we return on Nash 103.7. Oh, yeah, we're fine. 2 and 2. Gotcha. Yep. We'll get it. I know, yeah. I mean, the brakes are pretty tight. Yeah, the brakes are tight.
You got 1 more 2 minutes?
Yep.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Glasgow averages 58.2 points a game. They give up 61.6. They shoot 45.3% from the field. They've made 78 threes this year at 33%, shooting almost 61% from the foul line and almost 28 rebounds per game. The Trojans average just over 60 points a game, giving up 56, shooting 46.7% from the field. They've hit 103 three-point shots for a shooting percentage of 34.7, 68% from the foul line, and 27 rebounds. We'll be back with the SCRTC starting lineups after this. Franklin, Glasgow on Nash 103.7. Barren County Trojans have played 4 games since the earlier matchup with Glasgow 2 weeks ago tonight, going 3-1. Wins over Russell County 69-59, ACS 63-35, and Russellville 71-58. The loss to Pulaski County 76-48. Glasgow has played just 3 games since the game against the Trojans. A win over Foundation Christian Academy, a private school in Bowling Green, 78-30. A loss to Cumberland County by 10 in the All-A 4th Region Tournament, in which Cumberland County won the tournament and went to the All-A State Tournament. They lost to Owensboro Catholic last night. And then a loss to Greene County 82-71 in double overtime. Time to look at the SCRTC starting lineups. SCRTC Total Communications. Glasgow Scotties under first-year head coach William Buford. Assistant coaching staff includes Thomas Kingery, Matthew Sexton, and Brandon Stockton. They'll start number 0, John Carter Walbert, 6'160" junior, 13.3 points a game. Clay Pippin, number 23, 6'6", 210, a senior, 10.8 points and 8 rebounds. Also in the starting lineup is Javon Clark, number 11, a 6'4", 175-pound senior, averages 8. Jarek Martin, 6'5", 185, and a freshman, number 13, averages 8 points a game. Rico Crowder, number 2, 6'5", 185, junior, 6 points and 4 rebounds. Barren County Trojans under 15th-year head coach Warren Cunningham, his assistant coaching staff, Jared Browning, Matt Gardner, John Stevens, Tucker Kirkpatrick, and Wade Coomer. Number 2, Tate Spillman, 6', 145, and a sophomore, averaging 5.3 points a game. Ray Bewley, number 3, 6', 133, sophomore, averages 4.2. Aiden Miller, number 24, 6'5", 220, a senior, 14 points, 6.8 rebounds. Eli Brooks, number 12, 6'7", 180, a senior, 21.5 points, 7.6 rebounds. And Carson Beckham, number 35, 6'1", 200-pound senior, averages 9 points a game for the Trojans. As we get gets set for the Farmers RACC Jackie Browning Memorial Opening Tip-Off and our first quarter of action brought to you by German American Bank, supporting the communities we serve and believe that when community thrives, its people prosper. On the Coca-Cola scoreboard, one score.
Ultimately, 6 more field goals in Glasgow, 3 more threes in the previous matchup. I think we're coming here with a whole lot of confidence. The way we have been playing, and Glasgow's only had 3 games, you said, since that last one. Our only loss in our last 7 was to Pulaski County, a very good Pulaski County team, where we went down there and really failed to show up. Is probably a nice way to put it. So hopefully we're ready to play here tonight, and we can capitalize on easily the biggest crowd of the year. You look across the way to where the Barren County side is. We don't have the third set of bleachers pulled out, but our whole side over there is pretty much full. Just a few chair backs here on either end, maybe vacant.
Yep. The officials, Adam Ryder, Joe Plunk, Damian Wheeler. Same 3 we had in the girls' game earlier tonight. Trojans 14-8, Glasgow 6-12. Trojans can sew up the number 1 seed in the district with a win over the Scotties. They're 5-1, but Glasgow is 2-1. Warren East 2-2, Allen County, Scottsville 0-4. Barren County moving left to right, Glasgow right to left. Eli Brooks against Glasgow's Clay Pippin. The toss, the tap, controlled by the Trojans. As Bray Bewley will set things up for Barren. Angles off to the left side against Walbert. Reverses back right. Ball knocked away, and it's going to be out of bounds. It was tipped away by Javon Clark, trying to go to Eli Brooks. So Barren County will keep the ball. It comes out to Spillman. He'll give it to Bewley. Bewley working the left side. Looking back door, comes to Brooks underneath. He'll lay it up and in.
Had plenty of space, could have dunked it there to start with an emphatic splash, but did the for sure layup after he missed that dunk in the closing minutes of the game the other night.
That was a good Phillips IGA special delivery of the game. Shop online at phillipsiga.com. Schedule your delivery today. Barren County jumps out to a 2-0 lead. Here's Pippin with it on the right side. Gives it to Walbert. Walbert wants to drive. He's cut off by Spillman to the baseline. Back out it comes to Martin. Martin trying to make a move on Brooks. Takes it left of the lane. Puts up the shot. No, missed it badly. And rebound to Brooks. Kind of forced it up there over Brooks. Eli Brooks with a spin move in the lane. His jump shot is up. Bounces off. And rebound comes off to Pippin.
That extra bounce kept Eli from getting a tip at it.
And here is Martin driving against Brooks. He'll go under, putting it up, no good. Rebound Brooks. He's taking it right to Eli.
Trying.
Yep. Off to Bewley. Over to Spillman to the left wing. Lets it fly for 3. Yes.
Good skip pass from Bray. Miller was hollering, give him the ball. I got him blocked out, and he let it fly and knocked it down.
And Barren County out to a 5-0 lead off that People's Bank. 3-point shot from Tate Spillman. Here's Walbert. Sends it over the left side to Pippin. Pippin with a spin move against Miller. Miller cuts him off. Has nowhere to go. Gives it back out to Walbert. Pippin comes to set a screen, but nothing happened there. Straight away it goes over to Martin. Now Martin back off to Crowder. Crowder left of the circle. Back over to Pippin. A little head fake of the 3. Drives into the lane. Spin move. Has to get out of there. Throws it back out now to Clark. That gives it over to Martin.
Defensive discipline there, staying on your feet, not giving him an opportunity to go into your body and draw a foul.
And they'll get rid of Clay Pippin. Got Aiden Miller guarding him. Here's Crowder driving, throwing it up on the run. No. Crashing the boards, Aiden Miller. Off to Eli Brooks. He's going to drive against Walbert. Goes under, puts it in.
Good recognition that we could get out in transition there. Throw it ahead, and Eli's leaking out to get behind them with a quick push ahead and a quick start, 7-0. Just what you couldn't have scripted better.
Timeout by Glasgow, 5:39 to play here in the first quarter. Barren County 7, Glasgow nothing. Played almost 2.5 minutes of the opening quarter.
And honestly, Glasgow's having trouble getting good looks. They had a forced look early over Eli and a couple more that just weren't necessarily in the flow of offense. But that's what we have to continue to do defensively, is really put them in a position that makes it tough for them to score. Right now, I like the way we have our defensive alignment and like our matchups at all 5 positions.
Follow 104 The Score's James Brown for in-depth stories, photos, interviews, and more from tonight's action on 104thescore.com and the 104 The Score Facebook page. Working with it, out front, driving with it, going to the basket. Oh, a collision. That's an offensive foul. Martin ran over Beckham. Is Carson Beckham taking the Roland Insurance charge? Step up and take charge of your insurance today. Auto, home, business, and life insurance. Contact Drake Stevens at Roland Insurance Agency for a free quote today. Bewley with the basketball. Now finds Brooks at the free throw line. Down inside. Here's Miller putting it up and in.
Strong move as a double team came. Pippen and Crowder, neither one could defend.
And it's 9-0 Barren County. So we come down to the 5-minute mark of the opening quarter. Martin working around right side, had it back tapped out of bounds. Actually lost it out of bounds.
Their second turnover in a row after an 0-for-3 start.
So Barren County ball. Glasgow will pick up all over the floor as it comes into Miller. Miller turns up court with it. Feeds it off to Bewley. Back to Miller. He goes under. Puts it up. No good. Got his own rebound. Throws it up. No. And then Pippen comes up with the basketball for the Scotties. Missed an easy one. Ball's going to be kicked out of bounds. Well, they're going to give it back to Glasgow. Looked like it went off Pippen's foot.
Tough call there. Bad break on our end. That was a really nice looking play between Bewley and Miller, and we couldn't get the roll on the layup.
As the ball comes into Martin in the corner, out to Walbert. He'll send it off to Pippen. Now Pippen on the move against Miller. Wants to go, spin move. Gets cut off. Back out to Martin. Back to Pippen. Pippen trying to go baseline. He's cut off once again. Has to throw it back out to Walbert. Walbert trying to make a move on Spillman. Spin move goes up in the lane, and it rims off. And the ball out of bounds off the Trojans. That hung up there on the rim for a long time. Looked like it was going to go down, but then took a turn the other way. As the ball comes out deep to Pippen, he'll throw it over to Crowder. Crowder out to Clark. Now Clark goes over to Walbert. Going to fire up a three-point shot. It is coming off. Rebound, Eli Brooks. Brooks into the front court. Trying to make a move. Gets around his defender. Shot won't count. Foul out on the floor. And the foul is on Clark. His first, team second. Barren County's basketball. Bray Bewley will toss it in on the right baseline. Bewley sends it off left corner. Spillman fakes, moves in, 15-foot shot, rims out. And the rebound comes off to Pippen. Down the right side is Martin. Out to Walbert. Gives to Pippen. Left to the circle. Back out to Walbert. 3:45 to play here in the opening quarter. Barren County with a 9-0 lead. Walbert going left side. Spillman trying to stay with him. Spin move. Throws up off balance. No good. Batted up in the air. And grabbed to the baseline by Beckham. And he lowered his shoulder into Walbert. And he's going to be called for the offensive foul.
Probably the right call. Just a little extra emphasis there as Carson was trying to get him some space.
Josiah Driver, 5'8", 140 sophomore. And Preston Gauntz, number 15, a 6'4 sophomore, checks into the Scotty lineup. Here's Walbert in the left corner, giving it out to Gauntz. Straight away over now to, they work it back out to Walbert, as Walbert will set it up. 3:22 to play, first quarter, 9-0 Barren. Walbert almost near midcourt. Still on the dribble against Spillman. Wants to take him. Spin move. Drives. Goes up with a shot. No good. Rebound Beckham. Outlet pass Spillman. Diagonal pass off to Brooks. He throws it up. No good. He got pushed out of bounds. No call. Trojans keep it alive though. Spillman's got it on the left sideline. He needs some help over there and gets rid of it to Bewley. And now Bewley off to Spillman. Goes off the screen. He drives in, hooks it back down into Miller. Miller trying to go up for the shot, falling away, no good. It's tapped off to Walbert. Walbert, left side driver. Down low. They work it in there to Crowder. They kick it back out. Gaunce for three. No good. And ball gets loose underneath. Clark saves it. He'll throw it up at the baseline. It's an air ball. And then Miller got pushed out of bounds. And it'll be charged to Glasgow's Gaunce. Number 3 on the Scotties. Crowder and Clark check out for Glasgow. And got Pippin back in, along with Zach Poor, 6-foot junior, number 4. Cross-court pass, and Beckham loses it out of bounds.
That was probably a little unnecessary pass. I understand if it's in a situation where you're about to turn it over or get a 10-second call, but you're actually throwing it backwards against the press instead of going to your rim.
Poor into the key, drives left side, falls down. That should be traveling. They want to go and call anything there. And that should be a block on Eli Brooks.
That's 2 terrible calls. You can't fall down and then scoot. You can fall down and make one motion. You can't fall down and then scoot and use your butt as a pivot all the way from one corner to the other.
Well, it's going to put Pippin at the line. Is a 60.7% foul shooter. 2:07 to go here in the quarter. And Pippin's first free throw is coming off. And Coach Warren Cunningham giving official Damian Wheeler a headful. And can't blame him.
Not getting anywhere with him either. Just kind of both officials just shaking him off.
Second shot for Pippin on the way, and he got it. First point of the ball game for Glasgow at the 2:07 mark. Full court pressure, 2-2-1. Zone court press by Glasgow. Here's Brooks giving it over to Beckham. Goes into the middle of the Bewley. Fires it down to Spillman. He wants to go baseline. Throws it up. It is good.
Spillman on the backside of that press gives you an extra ball handler and shooter when he's aggressive to the rim like that.
11-1. Trojans lead it. Inside, here's Walbert. He spins. He gives it over to Poor for 3. It's off the mark. Crashing aboard is Bray Bewley. 1:40 to go here in the first quarter. Bewley works against Walbert. Left side it goes to Brooks. Brooks trying to make a move on Pippin. Gives it out to Beckham. Back over to Bewley. Bewley now cut off. He'll shovel it back out to Brooks for a 3-point shot. Good!
Made both of our 3-pointers this quarter.
14-1, Barren County with a minute 18 to play in the first. Here's Walbert with the basketball for Glasgow. Gaunce setting a moving screen there, but no whistle. They dump it into Gaunce. Spin move against Brooks. Throws it up off the glass and in.
Their first field goal comes with 1 minute and 5 seconds left in the quarter.
14-3. 1 minute to play in the quarter. Brooks in the backcourt. Sends it off to Miller. Ahead up to Bewley. Bewley stops. Fires it across to Beckham. 3 in the air. It is in and out. Tapped up in the air. Grabbed by Beckham. Goes back up with it. Off the window and in, and a foul.
Couldn't get the 3 to go from behind the arc, so aggressively knew where the ball was going. Landed in his lap and right back up at the rim for a 3-point play another way.
And a foul on Gaunce, his second, team's 4th. 16-3, Trojans, as they get Martin back in the ball game, along with Crowder. Beckham puts it in for an old-fashioned 3-point play.
That rebound fell in Carson's lap, but credit goes to Miller for tapping it to keep it alive on the Trojan side.
Taylor Ogle, 6'2 senior in the ball game now for Barren. Along with Connor Stewart, who's in the game, 5'11 sophomore. Martin gets rid of Pippin. He'll fire a 3, and it's way off the mark. Battle for the rebound, and we got a whistle. What do we have?
Loose ball foul on the Trojans.
They're going to put it on Ogles, his first, team's 3rd. And with 32 seconds to play, it's Glasgow's basketball. Trojans leading 17-3. Poor gets it in the corner to Martin on the left-hand side. Out to Poor, left of the circle. Poor changes dribbles, goes left side with it over to Martin. He flips up the shot, no good. And grabbed there by Miller. He'll give it off to Bewley. As Bewley works it in front court, heads left side with it. He'll fire it off over to Stewart. Shot for three is blocked. And Miller grabs it and he puts it up and in. Everybody had their back turned.
Very lucky there.
Yeah. 19-3 timeout Glasgow with 4 seconds to play.
That may be the worst timeout in the history of basketball. What can you do with a timeout and 4 seconds left? Going the full length of the floor.
I don't know.
That's just unaware of the clock.
4 seconds left here in the first quarter. Glasgow calls a full timeout. Barren County leading 19-3.
Only one field goal of the quarter. It took them 7 minutes to get it. And our defense has been really good around the rim. Forced them into 4 deep ones, making none of them. The only one they have is a little hook shot on the right side of the lane.
You're listening to WHHT, Cave City, Glasgow, Nash 1037, online at 104thescore.com and BCHS Live tonight. Trojanettes winning earlier tonight, 43-22 over the Lady Scotties. We'll be on the road Tuesday night at Greenwood. Girl-boy doubleheader starting at 6. Then next Friday night, we'll travel to Burkesville. Trojans in action against the Panthers.
JV at 6.
JV game at 6. We'll have the varsity game about 7:15. Four seconds left here in the first quarter. Ball comes in. And it's a pass into the corner. They just throw it up out of the corner, falling away. Not good execution there by the Scotties whatsoever. At the end of one is Barren County 19, Glasgow 3. Back with the second quarter after this break. Trojan basketball brought to you by Don Franklin Glasgow on Nash 1037. And this second quarter is brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. Barren County 19, Glasgow 3. As we start the second quarter here, Pippin with the basketball, gives it out to Walbert. He'll fire up a three-point shot. It is off high, pulled down by Aiden Miller on the rebound.
They're 1 of 16 in the game. They shot 1 of 15 there in the first quarter, 0 of 5 from 3.
And Bray Bewley bounces it off to Brooks to the left side, halfway to the corner. Dumps it back in the give and go. Bewley off the window, no good. And on the rebound, it comes off to Brooks. He'll go inside and puts it in.
That went everywhere but down for Bray, but we were there to clean up the mess and extend the lead to 18.
It's 21-3. Walbert driving into the lane. A little hesitation move. Goes in, puts up the shot good off the window over Bewley. Second field goal of the game for Glasgow, and it's 21-5.
Bray really did everything he could there, but Walbert just found a way to get it in.
Now Bewley starts his work up court against Walbert. Left side bounce pass over to Brooks. Gets a screen from Miller. Pulls up, free throw line jump shot. Off, no. Gets his own rebound. Back up, one hand shot, no. But a foul on the Scotties.
Dominating boards. We had them 13-7, and we've extended that already here in the second.
Foul was on Crowder. His first, Scotties' 5th team foul of the half. Brooks free throw good. He now has 10 points in the ball game, and it's 22-5. Wayne Watson checking into the Trojan lineup, a 5'10 senior. Tate Spillman back in the court as well. Got Carson Beckham Taylor Ogles, Eli Brooks back to the line for his second free throw shot. It's on the way, and it is coming off. And we're going to have a foul on the rebound. Going to put it on Taylor Ogles. That's his second, team's fourth. 6:51 to play here in the first half. Trojans 22, Scotties 5.
We're going to leave him out there just for a minute. See if we can.
He's guarding Clay Pippen. Now Pippen goes right side. Here's Walbert. Spin move. Drives against Spillman. Puts up the shot. It's going to count, and a foul.
Tate held him scoreless there in the first quarter. He's trying to take over offensively now. Got both buckets here in the second quarter.
And that's Spillman's first personal foul, the 15th foul of the half against the Trojans. Here's the free throw. It is too strong. Rebound to Brooks. Walbert, a 69% foul shooter on the year. 22-7. Trojans lead it. Spillman with the right side. Now picks up his dribble, hands it off to Ogles there right beside of him. Gives it back to Spillman. Spillman now dribbles left, throws it off to Brooks. Thought about the three, drives in, gets cut off. Back in the corner, back up, can't shoot the three. Goes baseline, try to shovel it in there to Ogles. Ogles turns and puts it up and banked it in off the window.
Wise decision by Carson. That was going to get blocked, so he went underneath the defense and used Ogles for the help.
And a Peoples Bank three-point shot for Taylor Ogles makes it 24-7. Here's Walbert. Spin move, goes up, throws it up, no good. Batted up in the air, grabbed by Brooks. Head up to Ogles, and he's going to be called for steps.
Had my head down. I didn't see exactly what happened.
I don't agree with that call either. He didn't have time to even catch it. His feet were moving before he caught it. Glasgow's basketball, 24-7 Trojans. Martin, the freshman guard, with 5:40 to play in the first half. Now he's picked up his dribble. Needs somebody to come help. There's Walbert. Walbert working around the right side. He's going to dribble drive. Throws it up. He collided. A block? Are you kidding me? Oh, my goodness.
Had it out of my mouth there. That's a charge. What's he got to do there? Said he was sliding and moving. Let's watch the replay to confirm that comment.
So that's 2 on Carson Beckham. 6 on the Trojans here in the first half. Walbert puts it in the air, and it's no good. He's 0 for 2 from the line.
No way. He was set, and the concrete had already dried.
Ray Bewley checking back to the Trojan lineup for Carson Beckham, who will have to sit down. 2 fouls. And here's Walbert's second toss. It's going to come off as well, but a rebound put up and in by Crowder.
I think that's a lane violation is what Warren's wanted.
(24-9). Bewley trying to find an opening. Dumps it in there to Miller. He puts it up and in.
Great assist.
Edward Jones financial advisor Jamie Harris assists. Let Jamie Harris of Edward Jones assist you today with your financial planning. 26-9. Martin can't shoot, gives it out to Walbert off the screen, drives left side, he's cut off. Pippen trying to drive in against Miller, a little pump fake up and under move, puts it up, it's no good. Ball tapped out by Miller, but chased down by Walbert. He'll give it back over to Pippen. Now Pippen with a spin move against Miller, gets cut off, goes up and under, lays it up, no good, off the front of the rim. Rebound of the Trojans. Here comes Spillman. Right side to Watson. Watson making a move into the paint. Throws it back out to Brooks. Brooks trying to make a move at his defender. Spins. He walked, then threw it away.
Got off balance. Nowhere to go. It's our 4th turnover of the night.
And with 4.5 minutes left here in the second quarter, Taylor Ogles returns to the Trojan lineup to give Eli Brooks a break.
He knew as soon as he let it go that probably wanted that one back.
Right.
We need to withstand here. We got 4 minutes. We need to keep this margin going into the break. 17.
Pippen, left of the circle. Sends it out to Crowder. Long bounce pass down inside. Shot off the window, no good. Rebound by Driver. He'll throw up the runner and got it.
I got to work on the boards there, guys.
26-11. Bewley with the basketball for the Trojans in the corner. Miller fakes, drives the baseline against Pippen, puts it up, got it.
Even though we got it right back, you still can't be happy with that defensive effort when you're giving up unnecessary buckets.
And it's 28-11. Barren County 3:47 and losing it up in the air. was Martin. He goes back up with it, put it in off the window.
He's starting to score it a little bit. That's 5 field goals this quarter. Is that right?
That is 5, yes. 28-13. Barren County's only scored 4 field goals this quarter. 28-13, 3.5 minutes to go here in the first half. Bewley, bounce pass in the corner. Watson got Ogles posted up, giving it back out to Spillman. Over it goes to Bewley. Bewley now looking, fires it to Miller. Jump shot, free throw line, no good. And a rebound to the Scotties. It is Javon Clark with it for Glasgow around the top of the key with a crossover move against Watson, and he's going to be fouled. Foul on Blaine Watson, his first, team 7th. That puts Glasgow in the bonus.
You rewind that last possession. We had Aiden Miller on the left side, isolated one-on-one. We went to him in a high-low situation, but I'd rather have him on the block.
Yep. Javon Clark, only a 48.5% foul shooter. He averages 8 points a game for the Scotties.
Crowder, I watched the replay, and that's what Warren was upset about a while ago. He was quick in the lane and left early.
Yeah.
You see he almost did it again, swinging, and he almost hit Aiden in the back of the head.
28-14, bonus try. Coca-Cola scoreboard update. Metcalfe County Hornets win tonight 84-60 over John Hardin. Clark for the bonus try. It's in the air, and he got it. And it's 28-15. Largest lead was 16 at the end of the first quarter. 3:05 to go here in the first half. Barren 28, Glasgow 15. Bewley works against Driver. Into the front court. Pass left elbow to Brooks. Now Brooks against Poor. Turns. Now needs some help here. He's picked up his dribble to the right elbow. Back out to Spillman. Spillman out between the circles, directing traffic with 2:48. Over the left side is Brooks. Behind the arc. Screen set by Miller, but nothing happened there.
Mismatch there. Forget it.
And now here's Spillman. A little head fake. Drives it right down the lane. Shot. Blocked out of bounds. And a lot of body contact there, but no call.
That's a lot of contact. He was good up top, but, I mean, the body also counts a little bit.
Well, you would think. And now Brooks will float it out to Bewley. Gives it right elbow, Brooks. Brooks dribbles it out. Goes back over to Bewley. Feeds it down, intended for Miller. And it's picked off by Martin. On the other end, here's Crowder laying it up and in.
Too lazy of a pass into the post, and it leads to a Glasgow bucket on the other end.
Yeah, they've cut it to 11 at 28-17. With 2:20 to go here in the first half.
Can't really just be content with what we had. I think it was a 17-point lead there at one time, but the lead...
Yeah, it was 20-3, right?
The lead just doesn't matter. We've seen that over the years. District tournament always is going to come to mind when you talk about leads like that. They are not just going to say, okay, you got us in the first quarter, we'll go home and give you the win. They're trying to fight back here and have a little bit more offensive firepower here this quarter than we have. And then pick back up in their press. Looks like man.
And Spillman will toss it in for the Trojans. 2:20 to go here in the first half. Ball comes into Miller. He gives to Brooks. Had it knocked away. Chased it down. As Brooks will bring it across the line against Poor. Left side it goes to Bewley. Bewley working against Driver. Left elbow is Miller. Gives it down into Brooks. Intended for him. Tipped away. Turnover by Barren. 2 minutes to play and a half. 28-17. Here's Martin trying to make a move on Brooks. Puts up the shot. No good. Miller with a rebound. Here's Spillman on the left side. Spillman goes right over to Bewley. Bewley out top to Brooks. Brooks trying to make a move down the left of the lane, and the corner goes to Spillman. He'll fire. It's no good. Ball gets loose, and Bewley has it stripped away from him. Here goes Martin. He's going to dunk it. 28-19.
5 turnovers.
And Barren having trouble with Glasgow's defense, will keep it on their end of the floor with 1:26 to go. Glasgow has scored 16 points. Barren County has scored 9 in the second period. Comes out to Brooks. He'll give it to Miller. Miller, bounce pass left side over to Bewley. They fire a pass cross court. I don't know what that was all about, but somebody was not there.
Running a backdoor lob to Eli. We can't just throw it hoping he's going to be there. You got to throw it when he is there.
Glasgow's basketball, they've trimmed it to single digits, 28-19.
6 turnovers. And Glasgow has found some offense, which was non-existent there in the first quarter.
Yeah. And so Martin handles the basketball. Martin on the right side, hands it off to Driver. Now Driver against Spillman. He's going to drive inside. He'll kick it back off to Poor. Top of the key, Walbert for 3. Got it. And that cuts it to 6 at 28-22. Here's Bewley in the backcourt, turning with it, driving it down the lane. He'll go to the basket, and he gets it blocked on him out of bounds, and Barren will keep the basketball. It's blocked out of bounds by Pippin.
Just a little haphazard.
Things have kind of fell apart here for the Trojans in the second quarter. Another turnover. Here's Walbert ahead up to Driver. Throws it across. Knocked out of bounds by Bewley with 38.5 seconds. Glasgow's basketball underneath. Walbert will trigger it in. Walbert gets in the corner to Driver, out to Poor. Goes back to the corner, whistle, and we've got a legal screen on number 10. That is Driver, his first, team 6th.
Threw a big elbow, that one you had to call. We need some... we just need to calm down. It was the main thing we need to do offensively. They sped us up. They've got their crowd into it. Both student sections kind of going back and forth. I mean, nothing egregious, but we just got to settle down and get a good bucket here. We've turned it over 7 times.
And almost picked off there by Crowder, and Ogles in a trap. We're going to a foul here on Crowder. I think Poor actually fouled him, and that's why Crowder said, "Who, me?" And
got to do something here. Just getting a little out of control.
It was on Poor. His first, team's 7th.
And that's what Warren's asking for, too, is just throwing elbows, just doing things that probably should be called up and down every possession.
Coming back in for Glasgow is Jarek Martin. He'll come in for Crowder. Bonus for Taylor Ogles. 27 seconds to go here in the half. The free throw is up. It is too strong. And the ball's tipped out, and Walbert's got it for Glasgow. 23 seconds to play.
We'll take one last possession with it, probably.
Barren led 20-3 at one time, and it's 28-22. As Walbert has it batted up in the air by Spillman, grabbed by Bewley. 6 seconds, 5. Bewley throws it across in the corner. Spillman down low. Miller puts it in at the buzzer.
Perfect execution off a Glasgow turnover to get the momentum into the break.
So here at halftime, it is Barren County 30, Glasgow 22. We'll come back with our halftime report, brought to you by Barren County Judge Executive Jamie Bewley-Byrd. Will return. This is Trojan Basketball, brought to you by Don Franklin Glasgow on Nash 103.7. Well, the Trojans have a 30-22 lead over the Glasgow Scotties here at halftime as we welcome you to the halftime report brought to you by Barren County Judge Executive Jamie Bewley Bird. Barren County led 19-3 at the end of the first quarter, but got outscored 19-11 in the second period of play, led by as many as 17 points in the early part of the second quarter before Glasgow rallied back to cut it to within 6 at 28-22. That's the closest they had gotten since the beginning of the basketball game, and now the lead back up to 8 on Aiden Miller's shot just before the buzzer. Glasgow with 9 field goals in the first half, 8 of those coming in the second quarter. They only had 1 field goal in the first quarter, and they were 3 of 7 from the foul line in the first half. John Carter Walbert has scored all 7 of his points in the second quarter on 3 baskets, one of those a 3-point shot, and he was 0 for 3 from the foul line. 4 points for Jarek Martin, a couple of field goals. Rico Crowder, a couple of field goals for 4. 2 free throws for Javon Clark. Josiah Driver with 2 points and Preston Gauntz with 2. 1 point for Clay Pippin on 1 of 2 from the foul line. Zach Poore saw action but did not score in the first half. For the Trojans, 13 field goals. 2 of those were 3-pointers. They were 2 of 4 from the charity stripe. Trojans only had 5 field goals in that second quarter after hitting 8 in the first. And Eli Brooks and Aiden Miller both have 10 points apiece in the first half. Eli Brooks, 4 baskets. 1 of those a 3-point shot. He was 1 of 2 for the foul line. Aiden Miller with 5 baskets for his 10. Tate Spillman hit a 3 and a 2 in the first quarter for his 5 points. Carson Beckham with a 3-point play the old-fashioned way, and a basket and a free throw. Went out in foul trouble with 2 personal fouls. Taylor Ogles had a basket, 0 for 1 from the foul line. Bray Bewley started the ball game, did not score. Blaine Watson and Connor Stewart saw action, but did not score. The Trojans had a huge lead at 20-3, but Glasgow has rallied back to cut it to within 6 and now back up to 8 at 30-22.
By my poor math, we started the game 21-5 at one point. They closed the half on a 21-4 run. So basically everything we started the game with, they completely erased there towards the end of the second half. So unfortunately, it looked like we were going to run away with it, and they found some offensive momentum, and we started turning the basketball over. We turned it over 7 times there in the second quarter, and really just gave up everything we had worked hard in the first quarter to withstand. They made some defensive adjustments that made it hard for us. We had a little foul trouble with Ogles and Beckham, who had to go out. And some things didn't necessarily go our way down the stretch as we really couldn't regroup. So halftime came at a good point for us, especially that little bucket there off of that last turnover by Glasgow that we were able to put it back a little 8-point lead and say, hey, we're in this and we need to keep stretching the lead out. We were 13 of 25, 52%, 2 of 4 from 3. It didn't take a whole lot of threes, obviously, in that quarter, but hit 2 of the 4 we did take. They were 9 of 30. Glasgow was 9 of 30 for 30%, 1 of 7 from 3 for 14%. The only 3 they hit was that John Carter Walbert 3 he hit left wide open from the top to keep. Turnovers a big difference, especially in the second quarter. Glasgow has not turned the ball over very much. We've turned it over 9. They've turned it over 3. We have out-rebounded by 7, 19-12. 7 offensive board to compare to 5 for them. Rebounds is something we had a distinct advantage of over there, and hopefully need to keep that here going down the stretch in the second half. So you almost just need to pretend. I know you got an 8-point lead, but right now you need to pretend that this is a 0-0 basketball game, and all that cushion you built in the first half is pretty much non-existent.
Yep. And if anyone is looking for a game to go to tomorrow, Barren County Girls alumni, Bailey Pettigo and Elizabeth Bertram. I'd like for Trojan Nation to come up to Campbellsville tomorrow. Campbellsville University taking on number 1 Thomas More at 12 noon Central Time. That ought to be a great basketball game to go to, Campbellsville and Thomas More. I think Campbellsville's ranked 3rd in the NAIA this week. Thomas More number 1.
I think so. Thomas More in their conference now. Thomas More beat them the first time they played, so they're trying to get revenge back as they wind down their season and head into conference play here soon as well.
Right. We'll be back with the Farmers RACC Jackie Browning Memorial second half at our third quarter of action, brought to you by Southern States Glasgow Co-op. When we'll return after this break. At halftime, the Trojans 30, the Scotties 22. This is Trojan basketball, brought to you by Don Franklin Glasgow on Nash 103.7. Tuesday night, we'll be on the road at Greenwood. Trojanettes and the Trojans. Looking at the Greenwood Gators. Coach Will McCoy. They are 6-16. They've only won 2 of their last 8, but they do have 3 players that average 10 points or more. So we'll be at Greenwood on Tuesday night. Go to Cumberland County next Friday night. A team that won the All-A 4th Region Tournament. Beat Monroe County in the championship game to get to the All-A state.
Couple scores. You mentioned we go to Greenwood Tuesday. They're down 15 at the half to Warren Central, 47-32. Bowling Green and South Warren a little bit tighter on the other side of the 14th tonight. 26-21. Bowling Green leads over South at the half as well. Everybody pretty much at the half right now.
Yep. As we get ready to start the second half, Tate Spillman, Bray Bewley, Aiden Miller, Eli Brooks, Carson Beckham. Carson Beckham didn't play much of the. I don't think he didn't play any of this, a little bit of the second quarter, right? And then he went out with 2 fouls. He's not been able to get on track with those 3-point shots so far tonight. Hopefully he will here in the second half. Comes into Bewley. Bewley works against Walbert. Looks, goes the high post left side over to Brooks. Brooks now turns, gives it to Beckham for a 3. He got fouled and he hit the bucket. That's right. Exactly what you wanted right there.
Right on key. How about a Zaxby's play of the game right out of the break there. As you said, hopefully Carson could get on track. No better way to do it right out of the gate and get fouled.
Right. Foul was on Crowder as Beckham makes it a 4-point play. 34-22, back up to 12.
Is that a 4-point play and a 3-point play?
Yes. 12-point lead for the Trojans right now, 34-22. As they get it out to Walbert, he's going to fire a straightaway 3, and he drains it.
Both Glasgow 3, both from the top of the key from Walbert.
34-25, Barren County. Here early in the second half, Bewley with a basketball, gets it across as Walbert reached in on him, no call. He's going to drive it into the lane. Scoop shot up, no good. Rebound comes off to Pippin.
Decent idea. Probably didn't even have to put as much English on it.
Working with Martin, and it was picked off there by Spillman, but he couldn't chase it down in time. Walbert with a spin move, and he goes in the corner to Martin. Martin goes back out to Walbert. As Walbert is guarded by Spillman. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Pippin comes to set a screen. They don't switch off, and Spillman stays with Walbert. Coming off the curl, inside, follow a shot way off the mark, out of bounds. I don't know. They didn't get blocked. It did not get blocked.
I don't think it did. It may have got fouled. He may have hit his arm, so they'll just trade one for that.
And it'll be Martin to toss it in. Martin looking, still looking. Finally gets it into Walbert in the left corner as he'll dribble it out. Walbert against Spillman. Still on the dribble. Now going to the right side and a long bounce pass to Martin. Moves in, fall away, off balance shot, no good. Tapped up, rebound in there by Crowder. Throws it back out to Martin. Martin looks and turns and gives it back out to Walbert. Now Walbert working off the screen, drives into the lane. He's cut off out to Pippen. Pippen against Miller now. He turns. He has nowhere to go. Bounce pass underneath. There's a shot going up and in for Clark.
Fell asleep on the back door.
Wow.
That was a good find from Pippen at the top of the key.
And that cuts it to 7, 34-27. Bewley dribbled it off his foot, but Spillman there to grab it. Jump pass right side. Beckham, he can't shoot. Out to Brooks. And now Brooks will get rid of it over to Spillman to set it up once again.
Need some organization offensively.
Spillman over to Beckham. Had it knocked loose. Had to go chase it down to the back. No! Said it went off his knee. Wow.
Really bad. That's poor communication between the officials there. He got slapped. The ball got slapped out of his hands.
Right side it goes to Walbert. Out top Spillman, Pippen. They work it around over to Clark, right side of the circle. He's going to launch it up, and it is no good. Tapped out by Pippen. Ball as Miller hit the deck. He is slow getting up. Here's a layup, no good. Brooks tapped it up, no good. And it's stolen away in there. Here comes Crowder with it. Crowder, bounce pass across the lane out of bounds. Miller tried to set up for a charge.
Everything's out of whack right now.
And so Barren County will have the basketball. 5:15 to play here in the third, leading by 7. As Bewley will get it across the line against Walbert. Cuts back at left on the left-handed dribble. Hands it behind him to Beckham. Now Beckham working against Crowder. Left side it goes to Brooks. Brooks against Javon Clark now. Gets a screen from Miller. That goes off to Beckham off the screen for 3. It's in and out. Rebound to Pippen. As Martin on the dribble. Sends it off left side corner to Walbert. Walbert back out now to Martin. 4:35 to play, third quarter. And he's going to drive it to the basket. And it's picked off by Spillman. He just threw it away. Right in the hands of Spillman. Bounce pass intended for Miller. He gets knocked to the floor. And now Bewley comes up with the basketball. He'll give it out to Brooks. Fakes the 3. Drives it right down the lane. He'll put it up. It is no good. Tapped up in the air. Pulled down by Clark.
You draw 2. You got to dish that over to Aiden. That's a left-handed layup he's going to make.
Now Walbert on the dribble for the Scotties with 4:07 to play here in the third quarter.
Quick quarter, a lot of action, but no fouls at all. Just one.
Yep. Now here's Walbert trying to drive against Spillman. He carried it. Shot goes up. They're going to count it.
Wow, that's continuation. That's not a college call.
And that's 2 on Tate Spillman. First of the second half on the Trojans. And that cuts it to 5. Closest the Scotties have been since the early part of the basketball game. Barren was up 5-0. Here's Walbert's free throw. Good. That cuts it to 4. 34-30. Ball comes into Bewley.
You don't realize until you watch it again how far out on the floor he got fouled and then took another step and then went up for the layup.
Spillman to the right wing. Dumps it down low in there to Miller. Muscling it up. No good. Gets his own rebound. Had it knocked loose. Got it back. Put it in.
Hung with it. He had 2 guys. One on the front, one on the back.
36-30. Trojans back up by 6 with 3.5 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Need to stop. Need to push it back to 10 as we head towards the end of the quarter.
Pippen puts down the dribble. He wants to drive and gets it knocked away, but got it back. Chases it down. Just couldn't come up with a loose ball.
Yeah, can't grab it.
Out to Walbert. Now Walbert trying to make a move on Spillman. Hands it off. There's Martin driving in. Throws up the shot. Got it. Boy, that was a tough shot.
Yeah, got it around Eli.
Cut it to 4, 36-32. Beckham. Ball knocked away by Poor and out of bounds. They try to go to Brooks.
We need to control our own pace. Just because they're going quick, they want to run up and down, doesn't mean we have to play at that pace. We need to be the ones dictating the pace of the game.
Preston Gons comes in to replace Clay Pippin for the Scotties as Bewley looks to inbound. Throws it out deep to Spillman. Spillman against Walbert. Oh, Walbert really putting the pressure on him. Hands it off to Bewley. He got a little bump there. Another foul. His first, team second. And Bewley will toss it in front of the student section across the way.
Get in right there in front of him.
Goes into Miller. Miller with a spin move. Up and under with the left hand. Puts it in.
Needed that bucket. Pippin out. Maybe we can take advantage.
38-32. Lead is 6 with 2:36 to play here in the third. Martin, right side over to Walbert. Walbert. Spillman trying to stay with it. He walked.
Yes.
Yeah,
they got it.
Yep. Got a little out of control. And so Barren County will have the ball with 2:27 remaining.
Fell backwards there on that. Tate's played terrific defense. Bray switched over on him for a few possessions, but Tate's had him pretty much the whole game.
Comes into Miller. Up court it goes to Brooks.
Don't force that.
Now Brooks reverses, gives it back to Miller. Trying to make a move on Gons with a spin move, strong move, puts it in.
That was a good decision by the two of them there. Between Eli and Aiden, that was a nice possession.
Back up to 8 at 40-32 with 2:08 to go here in the third period. Martin on the dribble right. Hands it off to Walbert. Walbert around the left side. Hands it off to Poor. Just under 2 minutes to play here in the third. Poor now he's picked up his dribble. Gets with it back over to Gauntz. He'll hand it behind him to Walbert. Down a minute 46 to play. And now Walbert wanting to drive against Spillman. Throws it up and no good. And battle for the rebound. Loose ball and trying to make a dive for it. Miller gets rid of it to Brooks. 2-on-2. Brooks down the left side of the lane. Puts it up and in.
Could have got a block and an and one there. That'd been nice.
Yeah. Back up to 10, 42-32. Minute 16 to play in the third.
Got to sustain it.
Martin, spin move, fall away, shot, banked in. 8 points for the freshman, Jarek Martin, 42-34. Coming down to a minute to play here in the third. Miller reverses it back out. Out it comes to Beckham. They feed it to Brooks. Brooks turns against Poor. Throws it off to Spillman. Bounces down low in there to Miller. Back out to Spillman.
Plenty of time.
To Brooks and now to Bewley. Down to 42 seconds to play. And now Spillman behind the arc on the right side. Picked up his dribble. Bounce pass in there to Miller. Trying to reverse it up. He got fouled. No call. And then we're going to have a foul on Spillman for reaching in on Martin.
That was pretty clean, Jay.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're looking at. 3 fouls on Tate Spillman. He's the first Trojan to pick up 3. First player to pick up 3 overall. And now Taylor Ogles is checked back in the Trojan lineup.
That was clean on the replay. My feed's a little behind tonight, but that was clean.
26 seconds to go here in the third quarter. Now Walbert driving, throws up the shot, no good. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Ogles. He got fouled. Oh, he was over the. Somebody was over the back. .8 seconds. Ball comes into Gauntz against Miller. He can't shoot. And it comes back out now to Driver, who's back in the game with 15 seconds to play. He's guarded by Bray Bewley. Driver trying to make a move, spin move, throws it off to Walbert. Walbert will hand it off to Poor, and a foul on Ogles. It's going to be his third, team's third of the second half. Walbert will trigger it in, comes in the corner to Gauntz. 3 seconds, 2, Poor, off to Walbert. Walbert will fire up a 3. He got it. It's going to count. Oh, my.
Probably a good call. I don't know if it was a 3, though, to be honest with you.
I thought it was a 2. His foot was on the line. Yeah, his foot was on the line. 42-37. We're at the end of 3. Back after this break on Nash 103.7.
You're listening to Barren County Basketball, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow. Now back to courtside with Jay Turner.
One more quarter to go. The Trojans lead it by 5, 42-37 over Glasgow. Scotties with the basketball. They outscored the Trojans 15-12 in that third period. Right side, Driver launches it up for 3, and it's an air ball. Grabbed underneath the basket by Ogles. He'll give it to Bewley. Bewley ahead up to Miller. Miller with a spin move trying to work in there against Pippen. Muscles it up and in.
Right, he just muscled it up over. Having a good game, muscling it up.
Yeah, he's got 18 points, 10 in the first half, 8 here in the second half. It is back up to 7 at 44-37. 7:16 to play in the basketball game. This fourth quarter brought to you by South Central Bank. Small enough to know you, big enough to help. Shot no good. Crashing aboard is Miller.
Big boy.
As he cradles it, bounces it off to Bewley. As Bewley fires a long pass down to Spillman. Spillman on the right wing. Gets a screen. He drives the right side. Has it knocked away behind, but chased it down. Threw it in there to Brooks. He goes under, flips it up and in.
I don't know how we were able to save that possession. He was all over the inline.
14 for Eli Brooks. Back up to 9 at 46-37.
We started 2 of 2. They're 0 for 2.
And now Poor gives it out to Martin. Martin on the dribble, back straight away over to Poor. Poor back to Martin.
2-3 zone still from the Trojans.
Right now, Walbert's not on the floor for his three-point shooting. Here's Pippen with a spin move. Can't do it. He'll give it to Driver. He's going to drive in. Underneath, a shot put up and in by Crowder.
Timeout Glasgow probably to get Walbert back in the basketball game against the zone, but that was a nice pass. We just didn't communicate on the baseline of the zone. We slid up. Nobody slid down to help on the baseline of the zone, and that resulted in a 2-point bucket to break our little run that we had to start the quarter.
46-39, Trojans over the Scotties with 6:14 to play. Whenever you're away from your radio, you can get the broadcast of Barren County High School sports on your computer, laptop, or smartphone. Go to Nash1037.com or 104thescore.com and get the Nash 1037 app or the 104 The Score app as well.
That bucket by Walbert right before the half was a 3, barely, and he just barely got it off. I had to watch it 2 or 3 times to convince myself he did.
Yeah, Walbert with 9 points in that third quarter, 16 for the ball game.
Got all 3 of Glasgow's threes, doesn't he?
Yes, all 3. Trojans led 19-3 at the end of the first quarter, and then Glasgow made a rally, cut it to 8 at halftime, 30-22. They've cut it to 4 at one occasion.
I think they've outscored us ever since, almost.
Yes. Ball comes into Ogles, feeds it off to Brooks, racing down.
Easy.
Brooks driving in between 2 players, puts it up, no good, but a foul.
Drove in between 3 Glasgow players. Lucky he got to the rim in order to get a foul drawn. Glasgow shot 66% there in the third quarter. Another reason they're still closing the gap.
And they put the foul on Martin, his second. Team's third. First of two for Brooks is good.
Big 6 minutes here, Jay.
Yep.
Determines the 1 seed for certain tonight. If we come out on the wrong side, short side, then we'll have to wait a little while to figure out who we play.
And Brooks for the second shot on the way. Too strong. Rebound. Miller had it, but it tipped away, and now we're going to get a foul.
We got to communicate better than that, too. Our two guys just went up and knocked it out of each other's hands for Glasgow to get the rebound, and then Miller got a foul.
Yeah, Ogles and Miller went up for it and knocked it away.
Stay in zone here. We learn from our mistake as Glasgow gets Walbert back in. They didn't get him in off the timeout, but get him back in now for driving.
47-39, 6:06 remaining. As Martin handles the basketball. Goes left side with it to Poor. Back out to Martin. Martin drives in, throws up the shot, and rims it off. No good. Follow-up no good for Pippen, but a foul.
Can't take possessions off. Cannot take possessions off. That led to an offensive rebound and free throws for Pippen.
Foul is on Miller, his first, team's fourth. Pippen, 1 of 2 at the stripe, his only point tonight. First of 2 by Pippen, on the way, no good, off the front of the rim. Javon Clark back in the Scotty lineup for Zach Poor. Tate Spillman back in for Barren County for Taylor Ogles. And now Poor's going to come back in and replace Martin.
They don't go very deep, but they're running a lot of kids in and out right now.
He can't come back in.
That's right. That is true.
They're going to let him in anyway? He got the shot. Ball comes into Miller. He feeds it off to Bewley. Bewley stops. Got bumped by Poor. No call there. In the corner goes to Brooks. Fires up a 3. Good!
It's not his normal forte, but found himself wide open, set his feet. Good job. We're 3 of 3 this quarter.
Peoples Bank 3-point shot. That's 2 for Eli Brooks tonight. 50-40. 5.5 minutes to play. Poor feeds it into Pippen against Miller. Spin move, falls away, shot goes up and in. Pippen gets his first bucket of the night. 50-42, full court pressure by Glasgow. Ball comes into Brooks. He turns up court, looks at a trap. Now needs help. Goes in the middle to Spillman. Spillman gets it across the line, stops and looks. He'll fire it back off to Bewley. On the baseline, Miller. Miller trying to make a move on Pippen. Gets cut off. Throws it back in the corner to Brooks to the left-hand side.
He said it.
Brooks. Miller comes to set a screen. Curls off of it. Goes down the lane. Flips it up and in.
Had 2 options there. Really, Eli could have flipped it over to Aiden, but just took it himself.
52-42 with 4:40 to play.
He's solid down this end.
2-3 zone by Barren County. Turnaround shot for Pippen. No. Rebound. Beckham got knocked to the floor. No call, but he got rid of it over to Brooks. The head up to Bewley. In the corner goes to Spillman. He can't shoot the 3. Posted down inside as Miller had it knocked away. Should have been some kind of foul called there.
We're just used to it. I don't think you add the 2 halves up. Neither team's still in the bonus.
I know. Barren has 4 fouls. Glasgow 3. As we come about halfway through the fourth quarter here. And they go into Pippen, the right elbow, in the corner to Poor. Poor back in there to Pippen. Throws it up and in, and a foul.
Probably just a nudge in the back. We have to know who their scorers are. Pippen hasn't been so far in the game, but he's their second leading scorer on the year, and if you put him in the middle of the zone, he's going to create. We got to continue to body him up, sit down, and stay in front of him.
52-44, Pippen at the line. 5 points this quarter, and it kind of laid up there like an egg and fell in. 52-45, 3:56 left here in the ball game. Bewley in the backcourt being chased, almost had it stolen away, and we're going to get all right. Should have been a foul down there, but no call. 3:52, 30-second timeout. This is the People's Bank timeout. The People's Bank in Glasgow, your local community bank working for you.
They changed the pressure a little bit. It had been more of a man variety, so we've been running a 1-4 set. Get it over in the wings and just throw it to a couple circle cuts through, whoever the first or second guy is. Now we have to change that up just a little bit as they have changed to more of a zone look and then a run and jump, whoever the first pass is. It's a 2-2-1 is kind of what the press is more than anything. Trapping the corners off the first pass.
Right. Barren County's basketball. Spillman gets it in play to Brooks. Brooks turns up court. Now stops, looks, gives it off to Spillman. Bounce pass off to Brooks to the right side. Brooks now leaves it out there with Beckham for their long three. No good. Ball tips out long, grabbed by Spillman, feeds it into Brooks, dumps it underneath to Miller. Pass. He puts it up and in.
Great delivery there. Threw it up so only Aiden could get it.
Download the Phillips IGA app, shop away, and choose curbside pickup or local delivery. Phillips IGA Heistville. And that was a good Edward Jones financial advisor. Jamie Harris assists there too as well. 54-45, Trojans by 9. 3:17 left. They flip it in there to Pippen. Has it knocked loose from behind, out of bounds. Ooh.
I think we knocked it out, but Pippen went and got it and lost it out of bounds. They'll still get it underneath.
Brushed him and went out. So Glasgow will keep it. Pippen on the right baseline to toss it in. Comes in the corner to Martin. Martin sends it out to Poor. Poor on the dribble against Beckham. They give it back out to Pippen. Pippen wants to work against Miller now. Goes in, kicks it off in the corner to Martin. Martin comes out to the wing. Now he's picked up his dribble. Fires it off to Walbert. 2:55 left to go in the basketball game. Barren County up by 9. Walbert against Spillman. Gets a screen set by Pippen as Spillman stays with him. And then they go off the right side. They dump it into Pippen. He puts it up and in as he cutting to the basket from the left side.
Just completely lost him.
54-47. Here's Brooks in the backcourt. He'll give it off to Spillman. Spillman gets it across the line. Now he looks and bounces it off to Brooks. Brooks fires it off to Bewley on the left side. Down to the corner to Beckham. Floats it in down low in there to Miller with a spin move. He'll put it up and in.
Tried to draw a charge, but that wasn't much contact. Keep getting it there to Aiden.
56-47, 2:10 left in the basketball game here at Bobby Steenbergen Court. Here's Pippen inside, flips up the shot, no good. Crashing aboard out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by the Trojans. With 2:04 to play, and it's Glasgow's basketball with 2:04 left, and it'll be Poor to toss it in. They float it out to Pippen. He'll send it off now to Clark. Clark back over goes to Poor. Can't shoot the three. Pippen down low working against Miller. Backtracking in, trying to go up and under. Puts up the shot and hits it. Miller hit the deck.
And took one in the mouth.
56-49. Brooks having trouble with it. Now throws it up court to midcourt. Comes to Bewley. Bewley splits the defenders. Now he needs help. He's picked up his dribble. Bounces it off to Spillman with a minute 33. He'll get Rivet back out to Bewley. Bewley over goes to Brooks. Fakes the three. Drives. Goes in underneath against Pippen. He puts it in.
Pippen tried to set up and take a charge. Just a Euro step around him. Good solid move there to push the lead back out to 9. Warren gets a timeout. Minute and a quarter left. Or a minute and 25 left.
58-49 the score. Barren County trying to get the number 1 seed here.
That was a nervous possession a little bit. We've got 2 timeouts left showing on the board. I think we do have 2 at least. And
right,
Warren was
should
right
be
there.
2 and 2, I think.
Warren was right there at the official timeout a couple times as he got nervous like we did. We got in some curious positions, but we're able to work our way out of it and end it with a layup.
Clay Pippen has scored 10 points this fourth quarter, 10 of Glasgow's 12.
They've gone to him in the middle of that zone. We've gone zone the whole quarter except in the few situations where it's been out of bounds under, and that time in those situations we switched to a man-to-man defense. But other than that, they have really leaned heavily on Pippen. gone away from their leading scorer, which is Walbert, who hadn't had a very good 2 games against us. He does have close to his average with those 3 threes, but overall, he's not been somebody offensively they can rely on.
Yeah. Walbert averages 13.3, and he's got 16 tonight. Clay Pippen averages 10.8, and he's got 11. So they've pretty much got their average, but everybody else under their average of 8, 8, and 6. Glasgow's basketball, minute 23 left. Martin.
2-3 zone now. 3-2.
3-2, yep. Here's Walbert over to Martin. Martin back straight away to Walbert. Sends it over the right side. Driver trying to get around Brooks. Baseline air ball tapped up in the air by Spillman. And grabbed by Miller with 1:05 to go. Left side, Brooks driving, getting around his defender. Flips up the shot. It's no good. And the rebound to Glasgow. We got a foul.
Jump ball.
Or no jump ball. Possession to Barren. I'm surprised.
Our first miss inside this quarter. We missed a 3.
Bewley sends it out to Brooks.
Make him foul us here.
55 seconds to play. They're reaching in on Brooks there, but not calling it.
Long way from the bonus.
Yeah, see, finally a foul. And it'll be on Crowder, his 3rd. It's only the 4th team foul against the Scotties here in the second half.
We could waste a whole lot of time, them just trying to foul us.
Ball comes out to Brooks against Crowder. Sends it off to Bewley. Got Bewley working out there against Martin. Gets rid of it back to Brooks. 38 seconds to play. Goes to the right side. Still on the dribble. Now gets the foul.
I'm not sure they're actually trying to foul, Jay. The reaction on the players' faces and the coach isn't really telling them to do it.
That's 4 on Rico Crowder, 5 on the Scotties here in the second half. 32.9 to play. Barren up by 9, 58-49. Bewley will get rid of it out to Brooks. Brooks starts his move inside. Bounce pass underneath to Miller. He puts it up. He missed it. Gets his own rebound, but had it knocked loose. 25 seconds to play. Here's Martin driving, going inside, putting it up and in. Timeout Glasgow is 17.7. 58-51 Trojans.
You see the whole lane wide open in the middle, and you're like, oh boy, I got to take that. But it's not necessary. They're not really trying to foul you. You're content winning the game up 8 if they're or 9 if they're not going to do anything about it.
Yeah.
So the only way they get the ball back is if you miss a shot and they go down, and that's a 4-point swing real quick.
Aiden Miller tonight with 22 points. Eli Brooks with 22 points. They have scored the bulk of the points tonight, 44-58. Carson Beckham only 1-3 tonight, 7 points. Of course, in foul trouble there in the first half. Taylor Ogles with a bucket. Tate Spillman scored his 2 buckets in the first quarter on a 3 and a 2 for 5.
Get the ball in here.
17.7 to play. Barren County 58, Glasgow 51. Barren County beat Glasgow by 17 at Scotty Gym 2 weeks ago tonight. And had a big lead here in the first half. Spillman gets it in play to Bewley. Bewley being chased to the foul in the backcourt with 15.5 seconds to play. It'll be on Martin, his 3rd, team 6th.
Still got to foul us again.
And Spillman will toss it in. Got to go the length of the court. They get it into Bewley. He's going to be fouled by Walbert. His 2nd, team 7th, to walk to the other end of the floor. And Bray Bewley will be at the line for the 1+1. With 14 seconds to go. Bray Bewley, a 58.5% foul shooter.
Bray Bewley at line 1
So Bewley on the front end of the 1-1. Puts it in the air, and he got it. Makes it 59-51. Bewley for the bonus. Got it. 60-51, 13 seconds to play. Here's Walbert. Can't shoot the three. Gives to Pippen. He'll try it straight away. Three. Rim's no good. Brooks with the rebound. They'll let the clock run out, and the Trojans will win it by a score of 60-51 over the Glasgow Scotties. Glasgow drops to 6-13 on the year, 2-2 in district play, and Barren County now 5-1 in the district and clinches the number 1 seed in District 15 and go to 15-8 overall on the year. We'll be back with a post-game report brought to you by CPC Commodities. After this break, this is Trojan Basketball brought to you by Don Franklin Glasgow on Nash 103.7.
Today and put your money to work. You rate better at South Central Bank. Member FDIC.
She's planning on just taking this one break and then wrapping.
Yeah, we'll get the coach up here for coach's comments. We got a lot of stats to do, so it'll take a while. Yeah, we'll play that last. Yeah. Yep.
Browns for just $2.79. Hurry, because this deal won't last. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal.
And we're back with breaking news. Coke Zero Sugar might be the best Coke ever.
That's right, Jim. Coke Zero Sugar is a must-try for any Coke fan, so make sure... Jim.
Ooh, yes, this tastes like the best Coke ever to me. Your thoughts, Jen?
Well, can I have a sip?
Jen, we're in the middle of reporting the news.
I need to try it first. Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
For auto, home, life, farm, or business insurance, see me, Fred Gross.
For almost 20 years, the Wells family and Lakeside Recycling have been making our community a cleaner environment.
As a company, we focus on the needs of our customers, offering personal service for residential, commercial waste removal and recycling. A lot of people don't know several years ago we also started offering dead livestock removal.
A small family-owned business that can take care of big needs.
When you call Lakeside Recycling, you're not just calling a business, but you're calling into our family.
Lakeside Recycling, Industrial Drive, Glasgow, 678-5202.
Cold temps are here again, and that unfortunately means increased energy bills, even if you don't turn up your thermostat or plug in a heater. Why is that? It has to do with the biggest energy user in your home, your HVAC unit. During the coldest times of the year, your unit works harder and longer to keep your home at your desired temperature. That increased runtime means an increase in total electric usage. Learn all the facts about winter energy bills at glasgowepb.com/support.
You're listening to the Barren County Basketball Postgame Show, presented by Don Franklin Glasgow. Now, back to Jay.
Trojans defeat the Scotties 60-51 here at Bobby Steenbergen Court tonight. Barren County High School gym as the Trojans improved to 15-8 on the year and 5-1 in district play. Glasgow 6-13 now, 2-2 in district play. So pretty much the district seedings are set, even though there are a couple of games still left to play between Warren East, Glasgow, and Allen County, Scottsville. But the main thing is the Trojans get the number 1 seed. Warren East is 2-2, Glasgow 2-2, Allen County, Scottsville 0-4. And I guess the only way that there would be a tie, Robert, would be if Glasgow loses to Warren East and to Allen. That would be a 3-way tie or 2-way tie for third.
Allen would have to win both their games.
They would have to win both. Yes, they have to beat Allen County, or Allen County, Scottsville has to beat Glasgow and Warren East to create a tie there.
Right. Otherwise,
but Barren County right now is the 1 seed, and that's locked in.
Yes, sir.
Well, it was a 19-3 Barren County lead at the end of the first quarter. And then Glasgow came back in the second quarter, outscored the Trojans 19-11 to cut it to 8 at halftime. It was 30-22. And then it was only a 5-point ball game after 3 as Glasgow outscored Barren County 15-12 in the third period. And then Barren scores 18 in the fourth. Glasgow scores 14. Glasgow got within 4, I think, a couple of times, but that's the closest that they got. And so the Trojans win it by a score of 60-51. Glasgow had 21 field goals, 12 of those in the second half. Coach Warren Cunningham makes his way up for coach's comments, brought to you by McDonald's. Let him get the headsets on. And, Coach, congratulations to you. Hard-fought win, but you started to jump out. Looked like it was going to be a blowout, but then Glasgow made a run on you, but still hung in there tough. It got physical in the second half, but we made shots, made some plays, and we pulled out a 9-point victory.
Yeah, we got off to a good start there, and that's always good in these type of games, and you knew they were going to make a run. I think they've been playing really well, and they're hard to guard at times the way that they play, and they are very physical. We knew that they would be, and just proud of our guys kind of hanging on there and just making, we made some plays there in the second half the way they were playing. At times you couldn't run a lot of stuff. It was just a matter of making plays, and we made enough to kind of keep them at bay there.
And Aiden Miller and Eli Brooks combining for 44 of your 60 tonight.
Yeah, and that's, those two guys have been really good and had really good seasons for us. I thought Aiden kind of at times carried us, and then Eli was early and Eli was late. But I thought Aiden was really consistent throughout the game, and when we got him the ball around the block, he was able to finish a lot of those plays. And a couple other times we should have got it to him a little bit more at times. But when he and Eli play off of each other, they make each other so much better. And they had a nice little play there toward the end, I think, where Eli drove it and pitched it to him. And those two guys are hard to guard with their length and strength.
I know your sophomore guards played pretty well for the most part. Not many turnovers.
Yeah, that's the main thing. When we don't turn it over, we score it usually well enough to win. And I thought Bray got beat up a little bit there in the first half. I thought he was much better in the second. And Tate was gassed there a little bit. He was guarding 0, and I thought he did an excellent job on him again, even though he had 16. Most of those were I don't think the majority of those were on him. But he's tough to guard, and 23 is a nice player. 13 is going to be he's a load on the drive, and they kind of overpowered us at times, but we went to the zone there in the fourth quarter, and I thought that was good for us.
Yeah, Carson Beckham got in foul trouble, wasn't able to. He did score a 3-pointer for you. He made a 4-point play and a 3-point play tonight.
Yeah, that's kind of unusual, I guess, for his only 7 points. But we need him on the floor. We have to have him on the floor just because of his his ability to make shots, and the other team has to respect that, and it opens things up for Eli and Aiden and our guards to drive it when he's on the floor. And it's he's in foul trouble there. I thought about going back with him in the second quarter when they were making the run, just to get his offense back in there. But we kept him at bay enough that we left him out.
Yeah. We go to 5-1 in district. That pretty much locks the number 1 seed. Is that right?
Yeah, it does. It does.
Because Warren East, Glasgow now 2-2, Allen County, Scottsville 0-4.
Yeah.
There could be. Is there a possibility of a 3 or a 2-way tie for third? Allen County would have to beat Warren East and Glasgow to get 2-4.
Jay, I haven't thought anything past.
I'm trying to figure out a puzzle here.
I was just
we're all worried about ourselves.
Yeah, my only thought process was us win tonight and we're the 1 seed, and that's
absolutely.
I didn't put any thought into the rest of it, but I don't know. I have to go back.
As long as you lock in the number 1 seed, that's all that matters.
That's right. And it certainly doesn't guarantee anything, and that's just what we told our guys. But it puts you in the best situation. I mean, as long as you're going to seed, you want to win the most games, and locks us in at the 1. And there's been a lot. There will be districts in our state where the 4 seed beats a 1 seed, and you gotta prepare for that.
Right.
Not starting now, but starting before now.
Absolutely.
You got to prepare for that every day, and keep working and approach every day just like it's that game, and be ready to go when that time comes.
Yeah. We go to Greenwood on Tuesday night. Face one of your former assistants, Will McCoy. 6-16 on the year. They've only won 2 of their last 8, but they do have 3 players that average 10 points or more.
They do, and they've had some of those guys hurt, and they've played.
Stansbury's been out, right?
He's been, guys been in and out some, and so it will not be an easy game by no stretch of the imagination. And you look at their schedule, and they've played a brutal schedule for having an inexperienced team. And I've talked to Will about that, and he and I were talking about it the other day, just with how tough their schedule is. And when you have an inexperienced team, because man, they lost just about everybody from last year's team. Right. So it will by no means will that be easy, because those tough schedules pay off for you, and it'll take our best effort to go down there and get a win on Tuesday.
Yeah. Coach, congratulations to you. We'll see you next week. What a crowd we had tonight.
Yeah, it was great crowd and great atmosphere. Told our guys for the game, how lucky they are to play in an atmosphere like this, because a lot of places you don't get this, and just to enjoy it, to play hard, play for each other, and just enjoy it. And I thought our guys did that.
Yeah. Have a good weekend. See you next week.
Jay.
Coach Warren Cunningham, the Trojans defeating the Glasgow Scotties by a score of 60-51. Coach's comments tonight brought to you by McDonald's. Enjoy a McDonald's meal tonight at your Glasgow McDonald's. As we continue our CPC Commodities post-game report, CPC Commodities proven on our farm and made for yours. As we continue our stats here courtside, Robert will have the full stats for us here in just a minute. Again, the Trojans jumped out to a 19-3 lead at the end of the first quarter. It was 30-22 at halftime, 42-37 after three. They win 60-51. Glasgow had 21 field goals, 12 of those in the second half, 6 of those in the fourth quarter. They hit 3 threes out of those 21 field goals. They were 6 of 11 from the free throw line, and they had 3 players in double figures. John Carter Walbert finishing the night with 16 points off 6 field goals. 3 of those were 3-point shots. Clay Pippen added 11. He scored 10 of those 11 in the fourth quarter. 10 points for Jarek Martin. He had 5 2-point baskets. 6 points for Rico Crowder. Javon Clark scored 4. 2 each for Josiah Driver and Preston Gaunts. Zach Poore saw some minutes but did not score tonight for Coach William Buford. For the Trojans, 25 field goals, 13 in the first half, 12 in the second half, and 7 field goals in the fourth quarter. 4 of those 25 field goals were from behind the arc, 6 of 9 from the charity stripe. Aiden Miller, 22 points. Eli Brooks with 22. As Miller had all field goals tonight, did not go to the free throw line. 12 field goals. Let's see, he had 6 in the second half, 5 in the first half, and finishing with 22 points, 11 field goals for Miller tonight. 22 for Eli Brooks. He had 10 points in the first half. He scored 10 points in the fourth quarter, and finishing with 22. He had 9 field goals. 2 of those were 3-point shots. 7 points for Carson Beckham, a 3-point shot, a 2-point shot, 2 of 2 from the line. He made a 3-point play the old-fashioned way in the first quarter, made a 4-point play in the third quarter on that 3-point shot in the free throws. So 7 points for Carson Beckham tonight. Tate Spillman scored 5 out of 3 and a 2 in the first quarter. 2 free throws for Bray Bewley there late in the game, and 2 points for Taylor Ogles. Blaine Watson and Connor Stewart saw action but did not score. So big win for the Trojans to get that number 1 seed locked in. And what do we got on other stats?
25 of 49 for the Trojans, just north of 50%, 4 of 8 from 3, for exactly 50%. Glasgow was 21 of 59 so that's a big rebound after 1 of 15 there in the first quarter. 21 of 51 for 41%. They were just 3 of 11 from 3 for 27%. We turned it over a lot there in the first half, but little in the second. So we ended the game with 10 turnovers, 6 for Glasgow, and we ended up out-rebounding them 30-23. We had 11 offensive boards. They had 10. So all in all, great start. We just hung on to finish, and we wrapped up that 1 seed. So should be a good weekend, and we hit it back hard on the road next week.
Next 2 games are on the road.
All week.
Greenwood on Tuesday, Cumberland County next Friday for a boys game. So time to name the Monticello Bank MVP of the game. Monticello Bank is your MVP when it comes to all your financial needs. Proud sponsor of the Barren County Trojans and Trojanettes, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Well, we have a lot of leeway with this, so I'm going to do something a little different tonight. I'm going to give an offensive and defensive MVP.
That sounds good.
Aiden Miller tonight I'd give it to him every single time. I didn't think they could have stopped him down low. He had 22. I know Eli had 22, but Miller, anytime we needed a bucket, it seemed like we just threw it down low and he muscled it in.
Right.
And then even though Walbert finished with 16, he earned every single one of them. Spillman was all over him all night. I thought he played excellent defense and really kept him from also distributing the basketball, getting it to others and getting others involved. So one of each there tonight.
Sounds good to me. Again, the girls' game tonight saw the Trojanettes win by a score of 43-22. And here in the boys' game, it was Barren County 60, Glasgow 51. Our next broadcast Tuesday night from Greenwood High School, Gator Alley in Bowling Green. The Trojans and Trojanettes taking down the Gators and Lady Gators. 6 o'clock for the girls' game. We'll be on there just after 5:30 with the Don Franklin Glasgow countdown to tip-off. So for Robert Bauer, our studio producer, Chris Bratcher, this is Jay Turner. Thanks for being with us, and good night from Barren County High.